Just a minute. Testing one, two, three. Welcome to the baddest sports show podcast in the Deep South, and we are talking draft night tonight, and we will be on at 6:45. So we just on an early start. Shout out to Derek. Shout out to Henry. Shout out to both of you guys. Much love out there to Derek Turner, one of the biggest supporters. Shout out to your family. Shout out to your wife, your kids. Shout out to your sisters, you know what I'm saying? Your family, you know what I'm saying? Much love to you, brother. This is gonna be, you know, the boys are back. We're back, and we kind of like to come on for special nights like the draft night, and we will be covering the Saints, the New Orleans Saints training camp. We will be getting deep into the New Orleans Saints. That is, we got a lot of things, future endeavors. We're going to turn. We, of course, you know that we're definitely going to be doing that. We're definitely going to be doing the tailgating party. We're gonna. I'm watching this channel grow very slow, but it's growing, okay? And I do understand how it works with podcasting. It takes a while for people to catch on, but they're catching on. And it's because some people didn't even know we doing podcasts. So shout out to you brothers. You know what I'm saying? All the great brothers out there, great supporters. Henry Winters has always been a classy young man. You know what I'm saying? Always out here doing. He does a lot of back things in the background for the Batter Sports Show podcast, and we always gonna remember the ones who was here when from the beginning, and the ones who loyal to us. Okay, are loyal to this channel. So hopefully we can get as many people who follow us on the Facebook page. Facebook page is been established for a very long time, and we've been, of course, everybody knows it's a very popular Facebook page on Facebook, the Batter Sports Show podcast page, Facebook page. But we understand how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody love their favorite podcasters, so we understand that Rome wasn't built in one day, and we actually embrace the challenge of getting we actually, just to get you guys to come and support us, man. We embrace that challenge to have you over here, having another place, a safe place to watch the New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, just to watch great sports from New Orleans, Louisiana, Crescent City sports. Okay, so we love you guys for all the things that you guys are the ones who've been supporting, and we're going to be doing a lot of things for our loyal followings. We're going to come up with a lot of prizes, a lot of things that we want to do in the future, because you guys, without you guys, we're nothing. Okay, and yeah, we watching ourselves grow. We might look small to other people, but we're growing. Okay, so we'll be on in a few seconds. Y'all just hold tight. 6:45, we will have the host of the Baddest Sports Show podcast, Everett Gagne Jr., which is EJ504. He will be coming on in a few. And of course, I'm the co host of the Baddest Sports Show podcast. Your boy, I like to say Everett 504, you know what I'm saying? So we'll be on in a few, and we're going to, like I said, it's going to be interesting, very interesting what the New Orleans Pelicans are going to do today, especially with all these nasty trade rumors about Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram. I have been debunking that, in videos and on a sports page and on Twitter. Many of it's just an agenda out there for these guys to be trying to take our superstars from New Orleans. It's been a massive agenda to try to take Zion Williamson from the New Orleans market. Okay, and my thing is, if Zion Williamson can't get healthy in New Orleans, and he's so much of a distraction because of his off field, off the court problems, what makes you think that he's going to be changing anywhere else? So this is just the national media just trying to spread false narratives when it comes down to this basketball team, and we're not going to have it. We understand the local The locals get all the information. The national media is just all about clickbait. Um, none of these things. Like we just saw Chris Paul, who's going to the Golden State Warriors. He was traded to the Washington Wizards, and the Wizards traded Chris Paul to the Golden State Warriors for Jordan Poole. So Jordan Poole is now a Washington Wizard. I kind of wish we could have got a Jordan Poole. It would have been nice to see the Pelicans go and get a Jordan Poole. You know what I'm saying? And I actually was an advocate of trying to get Chris Paul back to New Orleans, but we see that's not going to happen. Okay, so y'all just wait. We're gonna be here. Just give us a couple of minutes. Okay, I'm having browser connections problems. Hopefully, I can get EJ on here because hopefully he comes on. I've been ringing, which he leaving me on a deep. And y'all just give me a second. All right, are you having good browser connection?
I got good connection. I don't know about you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You can hear me? Put a
Yeah.
thumbs up. Okay, for some reason my volume, I don't know if I might have to do this from the headset because I don't hear you. Speak up.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you, but it's like you low. So give me 1 second. Let's see. I've been having trouble with my phone, and it's been booting me out. But you can hear me good, huh?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Hold
You
on, I'm gonna
good?
see if I can hear you on here. All right, let me know you hear me.
I can hear you.
Speak up.
I can hear you.
I can't hear you.
I can hear you.
All right, well then, if y'all can hear me, for some reason I won't be able to hear y'all questions because it's crazy. Hold on. Speak up,
Just,
EJ.
just log yourself out and
I'm gonna
log
try the
yourself back
headsets
in.
off.
Log yourself out and log yourself back in.
Okay. Whatever you gonna be saying in the chat, um, for whatever reason, I'm having connection problems. I'm gonna need Henry to relay the answers or whatever he's saying. You know what I'm saying? You said I'm live and I'm good, but I can't hear him. Okay, so whatever he's saying, just try to relate it to me. So I'm going. Give me 1 second. Let me turn the truck off because maybe that's the problem too. Hold on. Okay, welcome. It is so great to see you guys here for the Baddest Sports Show podcast. I am the co-host, and that is the host of the Baddest Sports Show podcast, EJ, 504, and this is Ever 504, and we are bringing another episode. And we're coming, exclude another episode of the Baddest Sports Show podcast. Tonight is draft night. We had a great time last time we did the Saints. It was so awesome. That was a great draft night with the Saints. But I mean, I'm sure want to ask you, EJ, if you agree. This has been the strangest week. I think the last 2 weeks of the national media trying to pull Zion Williamson out of New Orleans. Then you have this all of a sudden this strange woman is coming forward to try to bring, talking about she want him out of New Orleans. Why would she want him out of New Orleans? That just sounds kind of strange to me. Did somebody hire this woman for this agenda to try to get him out of this? This is just, it really doesn't sound right to me. Okay, you said log out and log back in. Give me 1 second.
While he's trying to get that straightened out, guys, part of why I wanted to do this live tonight and everything, because I was kind of skeptical on the NBA draft live. You know how we had such a great live on the NFL draft one. So I wanted to do this one because there was so much news in the air, especially surrounding the Pelicans, man. Zion Williamson, in his lady troubles. Brandon Ingram actually in trade buzz. It's so much going on around the future surrounding the New Orleans Pelicans. It's crazy, man. I'm very interested myself to see what these Pelicans are going to do tonight in this draft. Let me see if he's back in straight. Can you hear? Can you hear?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear
I
me?
still can't hear you, but we're just gonna bear with this, okay? I don't. They said I'm having audio problems. Okay, could you hear me?
I'm
You can.
trying.
You can't hear me no more. I'm gonna keep working on my audio problems.
Work for. Hang on, guys. We're having technical difficulties. I'm gonna see if I can get him in. Can you hear? Unmute yourself. You muted this. All right, Pels fans. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm just gonna kick this off without him. I don't know if he's still having problems or not. Like I was saying, yeah, we're gonna kick this back off. He's having audio problems right now, but this year's draft, man, this one has a lot of questions going on around the Pelicans, man. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter have a lot of different opinions about how they feel about this team's future. I don't know how a lot of you guys stand on Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram right now, but I'm gonna tell y'all this right now, just from my opinion alone and my standpoint, I really think the Pelicans will be doing themselves an injustice if they decide they want to go ahead and move on from both either Zion or Brandon Ingram in this draft, man. Look, don't get me wrong, I like the kid. Scoot Henderson is who I'm talking about here. Scoot, I think has a bright future. I think he's gonna be a good point guard one day for somebody, and I really think if the Blazers are smart, the Trail Blazers are smart. They will go ahead and go after um, Mr. Scoot Henderson and go ahead and handle that. But I'm not no NBA GM and everything. I'm just a sports fan. And everything. But like I said, from this standpoint, guys, I've seen a lot of people say, "Hey, let's go get Scoot. Let's just start it over." Look, guys, what was the whole point in trying to go ahead and win last year? I know the season didn't end the way we wanted it to. I know Zion Williamson didn't finish the season all the way, once again. But I'm just telling y'all right now, you do not want to start this over and wait a whole nother 3, 4, 5 years again to go build a team around School
You can
Henderson.
hear me?
I can hear you.
It's the browser. The browser keep like other apps open up, whatever.
Oh my
Whatever.
goodness.
But you are the host. I mean, I'm whatever. If something happen, you just keep it rolling.
Well, it's good to have you in here, but like I was saying though,
Shit.
um, man, every 504. Well, this has been a crazy week as far as NBA draft news. On Twitter, I've been seeing the inside and the outs. I've been seeing one side saying, "Hey, let's go get Scoot Henderson and let's blow this sucker up," and I've seen one side say, "Hey, let's go running back with Zion and Brandon Ingram." I think we know here what's the smart decision and what's not the smart decision here. And I'm just telling y'all from my own experience and watching these Pels, man. I think the Pels need at least one more year, man. One more year to run it back. I don't care. Everybody's gonna keep bringing up Zion's injuries. Everybody's gonna keep bringing up Brandon is just not the guy, and he's not gonna lead us to the promised land. Give him one more year. Yeah, and the worst thing they could do is just not, making it. And if they don't, then you can go ahead and blow it up and start it all over, man. But I'm telling you right now, I want a winning basketball team. I want a team that competes in the playoffs, man. I want somebody that wants to, you know, win a championship one day. We just saw the Denver Nuggets win their first ever NBA Finals championship, guys. Y'all don't think that can't be New Orleans? I'm just saying, guys. They can. I mean, if we just seen the Denver Nuggets win their first title, that could easily be the New Orleans Pelicans. And the Pelicans last season, handled the Denver Nuggets when healthy. Do y'all not remember that? Do y'all not remember when Zion Williamson was tearing up, Jokic up there in the paint? We had Trey Murphy going up there, bold enough to dunk on the MVP like that. I mean, I'm just saying, guys, like, and this was wins without even Brandon Ingram being fully in the lineup. I'm just saying, guys. I just think this team has too much of a high ceiling, and I just feel like we're giving up, too fast. Okay, look, it, I would rather sit here and be worried about us, it all going trying to fight, to be in the playoffs every single year instead of doing what the Rockets did last year, which was they looked good. There was competitive, but on a rookie standpoint, competitive. They was not competitive as a veteran playoff team that was ready to compete for a championship. I don't want to be a Rockets I don't want to be a Houston Rockets right now to go through a whole development, and go through that whole, process to become a good team. I want to go ahead and compete for championships, man. So every 504, I don't know what's your opinion on that, but
Well. We're so close, and I kind of I was frustrated. I've been frustrated with Brandon Ingram and Zion because you can't just put it on Zion Williamson.
right,
We we can't ignore the fact that when Zion Williamson had the team 23-13, Brandon Ingram was nowhere in existence. He was
right,
injured.
right.
Brandon Ingram, from what reports is, for our teammates was frustrated with Brandon Ingram because they felt like he could have played some of them games when he was up, or he was trying to be 100%. But we need these two guys to, we have invested into these two guys,
Mhm.
and we need these two guys to play. Even Zion during the time of the playoffs, you got to play Zion. Don't give me no fuck. Excuse me. Don't give me no talk about you and whatever. You're not mentally ready. There were many guys in the past that were able to overcome the mental aspect by playing. Get your
Yep,
ass out there and play.
yep.
Zion Williamson, there were many reports, and I find it strange that Moesha, this girl Moesha, talks
You
about
mean
she's
Mariah
trying to,
Mariah Mills?
Marisha Mills, whatever her name. She tried to, she had the statement to say she want him out of New Orleans. Who paid you to do this?
Mhm.
Who paid you to try to get him out of New Orleans? See, this is bigger than what I thought. Okay,
Mhm.
this is telling me that somebody wants New Orleans to trade Zion Williamson, and Zion Williamson. See, this is what's gonna happen. What they was trying to do. If you get Zion Williamson's finally get healthy. Y'all saw what he did. You see what he looked like when he present the baby, that the baby mama and the baby. He was in top shape. He looked like Zion,
Mhm.
and he was nice and skinny. Uh, you know, I got my biggest fear is us moving on, listening to the national media, letting this kid go to the Knicks, let him go to the Hornets or whatever, and becoming that superstar, becoming that freaking superstar that we wanted him to be here. You got to be patient. I thought that the organization should not let J.R. Smith walk away when J.R. Smith was with the Hornets at the time. I think that Byron Scott and them, they didn't have the time to deal with rookies and young people. Buddy Hield should not have been able to leave the Pelicans. I just think that we got to be more of with these young players, more patient.
We
There's
we
not a
do.
trade where you could tell me I love the kid that they like, that they like. We can still get this kid in the draft. I think we can still pull up a trade by giving away a couple of players in draft picks. We can still get that player if we wanted to. But I'm like Petey Petey in the chat. They need a point guard. They need to solidify them with a point guard. Chris Paul is off the market. He signed. He's gone over there to Golden State. He was traded to the Washington Wizards and then traded to the Golden State Warriors. I think Dyson Daniels is the guy, but he's not ready. I think that we need a guy to lead. It's not CJ McCollum is not the guy for point guard. He's a
Right,
shooting guard.
right, right.
And if we're gonna get to the next level, our problem is not Brandon Ingram or Zion Wilson. It's the problem is the point guard. Go ahead.
My thing is everybody. I think we all know what the problem is now. We all agree the Pelicans need a point guard, but at the same time, I think a lot of fans are going at about this wrong and going after a young guy. Coming out of this draft. When you do that and you're trying to go after Scoot Henderson, in this draft, you're talking about you got to wait, for him to develop. He's not ready. He's not a point guard ready to win a championship right now. It's going to take him a couple of years to get his feet wet in the NBA. And then you can go ahead and say, all right, we can go ahead and build around this guy and you can win the championship with Scoot Henderson. Guys, we just saw Chris Paul.
I
All right.
kind of disagree with you with Scoot Henderson because he played in the D League and he played with grown men. I look, son. 90% of the time, I agree with you. But what I watched Scoot Henderson. He's a bona fide superstar. He's going to be a superstar. Whether he's with the Hornets, whether he's with the Blazers, the man is going to be. He's going to hit the court right away, and he's going to be a
Oh yeah,
superstar.
he's gonna
He's a
start.
big
I
guard.
mean, that's not the problem. Like I said, I look. Everybody gets excited about especially these guys that come out of the G League and think they're ready for the league. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, the G League is not the NBA. The NBA is a different league, and I'm gonna tell you right
But the
now.
G League has NBA players in it.
Yeah, but they don't. There's a reason why some of those NBA players are in the G League, and so that's why I'm saying, doggone Scoot Henderson is not quite there yet. He's not. He's gonna come in this league. He's gonna do well. He's.
If they didn't
I'm
have
not.
the G League, son, he would have been. He would have came in the NBA like LeBron. He would have came in the NBA. See, LeBron and them didn't have the G League back in the days. Kobe didn't have the G League. See, these are kids who didn't want to go to college and did with the 4 years of college. This young man is going to be a bona fide superstar right offhand. I just didn't agree that we Zion for the kid. I think he can fit with Zion and Brandon Ingram right away. He's a guy that can lead the. I'm telling you, his build, how big he is, he can actually have us on. If we could just, the only problem is, I don't want to get up Herb Jones, Trey Murphy. See, this is what they're going to ask for. See, we're going to have to lose either Herb Jones or Trey Murphy and CJ McCollum and some draft picks. If they, I'm telling you, if we get traded tonight, a lot of you guys gonna be very upset. And Victor Older, the Spurs have selected Victor over what how y'all pronounce that kid? The
That is
I don't
Victor
know what
Wembanyama, man.
Wembyana. Well, he just got selected by the Spurs. Go ahead, son,
That
and I'm
was
gonna let
that.
you go.
That wasn't a shocker at all.
That
We
was
all.
no
Yeah.
shocker. Now, this is about these two picks. If the Pelicans don't jump in the second or the third, we can sit here and say national media shut the you know what up.
Well, I told both you and Uncle Henry the same thing I'm about to say right now. The Pelicans are not about to move right now, and we about to see in a couple of seconds that.
I don't have a TV by me, and
Yo,
you my guy right now.
well,
What are the national media talking? What are they burring up? What are they talking right now?
Well,
What this?
we're about to see on the TV that the Charlotte Hornets like Brandon Miller. I remember I told y'all this. Brandon Miller will come off the board at number 2, and number 3, Portland will take Mr. Scoot Henderson. Brandon Miller is the reason why the Hornets will take Brandon Miller is because they already have a point guard, LaMelo Ball. Okay, they don't need another point guard in Scoot Henderson
That
right
makes a
along
lot of sense. What you gonna do? Have
LaMelo
two
Ball.
school Henderson and LaMelo Ball. One of them gonna have to play off their position.
Yeah,
That makes no sense.
yeah,
The only way School Henderson gets drafted to the Carolina or Charlotte, I mean not Bobcats, Charlotte Hornets. The only way they get over there is that is a trade. That's the
right.
only way. If we all gotta worry if he's drafted to the Charlotte Hornets, that means that's going to be a trade. I don't know if it's going to be to us or anybody else. That's a trade,
Yeah,
son.
yeah, that's definitely a trade. If you see Charlotte right now on this board and you're watching the draft and they take Scoot, he's not staying in Charlotte. You just better be looking in your Twitter feed or looking at your special reports and your rumor reports because I'm telling you right now, Charlotte will be trading Scoot if Scoot is picked in this pick. But I'm telling y'all right now, I'm thinking right now with Charlotte on the clock right now with 3 minutes and 14 seconds and counting right now. They're gonna take Brandon. They're gonna take Brandon Miller, which is smart by them. And Portland is look like they're gonna have their point guard in Scoot Henderson, and Dame is somebody who I'm looking at that's probably gonna be traded tonight because Damian Lillard is not trying to go ahead and wait around no more with Portland. You know, Portland is ready to go ahead and rebuild. Damian Lillard is trying to win.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
How about this? Damon Lillard said he'll play with Zion Williamson.
I
He
would
said,
love
okay,
that.
what?
Now we talking. Now
Okay,
we
okay.
talking.
So
Now we
is
talking.
Is it a possibility that we unload some future picks and
Well,
grab?
I want to tell y'all this.
I'm kind of worried that Ingram is going to be the guy, man.
I heard reports earlier today, that Damian Lillard is if like I said, it comes true, and they pick Scoot Henderson, that Damian Lillard is ready to go leave and hit the trade market, and the teams are going to be
Would
waiting.
you be willing, son, to give up? Would you be willing to give up Brandon Ingram for Damian Lillard? Would
I
that would
think
that
I think there's a way to get Brand to get
and have a big three?
Damian Lillard without trading Brandon Ingram.
So we're gonna have
Let's
to get rid of Herb Jones. You do understand that Herb and a bunch of draft picks gonna have to go, and I would lose. I would lose Herb Jones for Damian Lillard. I would lose Herb Jones because you could get another Herb Jones, son. Herb Jones is a great defensive player, but for Damian Lillard, I'm losing. If we get Damian Lillard, I'm telling you. Now I won't give up no Trey Murphy. Trick or treat. I want
There's
he
no
gonna hit the
possible
three.
way I'm putting Trey Murphy into that.
I'm gonna put Herb Jones, and I'm gonna put the future draft picks, and that's it. And I'm gonna give you Alvarado.
I mean, that sounds sweet. That sounds sweet. I'm gonna just let y'all
I'm
know
not giving
right
up
now.
Dyson Daniels. I'm not giving up Dyson Daniels. I'm giving you Herb Jones and Alvarado and a bunch of picks right there, right there, right there. I would hate that. That's a fan favors them too. And the fans ain't gonna be happy. But that's a world championship for us. That's a world championship. Right offhand, we competing with the best.
I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Charlotte has their pick in, and remember, I told y'all Brandon Miller is coming off this board. Okay,
I like me some Brandon Miller. I ain't gonna lie.
I like him too. I kind of,
I even trade Herb Jones for Brandon Miller.
oh my goodness. But look,
I mean, Herb don't have an offensive type of game, and he's a great role player.
well, look, the thing is about Herb Jones, you don't need him to be an offensive guy, because you're supposed to have Zion, you're supposed to have Brandon, you're supposed to have CJ for all that. You're supposed to have Trey Murphy for all that. So Herb Jones doesn't need to play offense. He's on this team for what he is, a defensive lockdown, all around two-way player. So I'm not mad at Herb Jones for not being so, you know, the best offensive guy. I agree he needs to get a little bit better. He could improve a little bit, but as far as being like a perennial, scorer, no, we don't need Herb Jones to be that. Be what he's always been, which is a
Son.
lockdown defender.
That super team of Damian Lillard, Brandon Ingram, and Zion Williamson.
The Charlotte Hornets is on the about to select somebody. Here you go. The Charlotte Hornets selected Brandon Miller. Like I said, Brandon Miller started Hornets. So you know what that means.
National media that shuts up everything that
Y'all
you.
can shut.
This
All
is
right.
why you don't get emotional with the national media.
That's one that goes down. Y'all can shut up about Brandon Ingram going back home to Charlotte. All right, y'all can shut up about Zion Williamson
Zion going back to North Carolina.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I just said Brandon Miller to the Charlotte Hornets. Now, Portland will. I just said this a couple of minutes ago. Portland would be smart right now to take Scoot Henderson. Okay, if you're gonna move on from Damian Lillard right now and move
I ain't
on
gonna lie, son.
you would get Scoot.
If Scoot Henderson don't get drafted if he start falling to 10 and we 14, then we can get the big three we wanted. If he go to a free fall, hold up now. All right, look. All right, we already got that going. You don't understand what I'm saying. What I'm trying to tell you, if he doesn't get drafted some kind of crazy way by this team next, that means we the 14 pick, right?
Right.
If he gets to 8, then we won't have to
Well,
draft Scoot.
well, let me tell you something, Dad. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you right now. If Scoot Henderson goes somehow, some way, and he's not, but if somehow,
Ah,
some way he goes past Portland, the Pelicans will not wait till no 8 pick. I promise you, they will call Houston with the 4 pick right now, and they will ask Houston, "Can we? Or what do you want? We'll trade you whatever to go ahead and get that 4 pick."
except for Brandon Ingram and Zion.
Oh well, no, of course that's off the table and everything. But I'm just saying, I'm just saying that
Yeah, because
the
that's not top.
Pelicans.
If he don't make top five, then we good.
I'm just saying though too, as far as 14,
Then we know ESPN is a bit.
I'm a whenever this
Jason
pick
said
gets
all of
announced.
this been clickbait.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is all. Everybody's been going crazy for these past 2 weeks talking about this and that. This is all this is it was smoke. That's all it was. At the end of the day,
And shout out to
fans
Big Q. Shout out to Big Q from the Sports Karma, who's over there with the Pelican Brief. Shout out to him because he been calling it all. He been calling for the last 3 weeks. He been
fans
calling
want
it.
to go ahead and get rowdy and everything and believe what they want to believe. But at the end of the day, real fans know. Okay, real sports fans know. But like I said, yeah, after this pick, after this 3rd pick, and I think I know how it's about to go. And which the pick is in. The pick is in now from the Trailblazers, so we will be finding out in a couple of seconds who that is. But after this pick is announced,
Could
we will be
Damian Lillard be traded in this shit right now?
if if Scoot goes
Could Damian Lillard be traded in this shit right now?
if Scoot goes number 3, we will be talking about who's available at number 14. That'll be the next conversation I want to go ahead and get into. Also, guys, before this pick is announced, let me tell y'all something too about this free agency coming up. Y'all act like there's no point guards out there and good veteran point guards out there.
Well,
Okay,
the
Fred
draft got some nice stuff.
Fred Van Vliet, man. Fred Van Vliet is a guy I would love the Pelicans to go look at. I would love the Pelicans to go make an aggressive move to maybe even talk to see if Trae Young is available. You know, they haven't been doing well over the years. I've even heard that DeJounte Murray over there is available. You know,
So
I
what you're
wouldn't mind
saying is
that.
draft. What you're saying is draft. Whoever we draft we could use as your trade bait to give to
Yes,
somebody else.
yes, most definitely.
Let me ask you a question. I mean, there's a couple of kids that's in this draft that can help us at 14 that I was looking
That
at,
well, that's what we're gonna get into.
and that we could just stay put and just let them little kids run, because
Right,
there's a lot of good talent up in this draft that's underrated. I
right,
don't think
and
it's getting enough hype.
that's what we're gonna get into. That's what we definitely gonna get into in a minute. They're talking
Shout out to
about
my
right.
my sister. I mean, my daughter-in-law. I think I heard it in the background.
Nah, she ain't in here.
Uh,
But Bobby Marks right now is talking about how, Dame, depending on what they're gonna do with this pick right now, depends on what Dame's gonna do as far as his future. And I'm telling y'all right now, Dame's not gonna stay on this team if Scoot Henderson is drafted.
no, 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 no,
I'm
no, no.
just telling y'all right now. So if I'm David Griffin right now, I'm just waiting. I'm right on the line right now, and I'm just trying to see. I'm just trying to see what it would take, to get Dame in New Orleans, man. I would love to see it happen.
Sure.
And even, when you're talking about, okay, you put Scoot next to Damian Lillard, it seems like at this point that is what you would go ahead and do. But let's check the next.
Adam Silver is coming to the podium, and the Portland Trailblazers are about to make their selection. The Portland Trailblazers select Scoot Henderson, point guard. So, like I
That
said,
means
guys,
Damian
like
Lillard is
I said,
leaving.
like I
You're
said,
replacing Damian Lillard right now.
yes, he is. Yes, he is. So, like I said,
Oh
I said
shit!
this. I said this right before this happened. Okay, y'all
They
can't
just
tell me.
replaced Damian Lillard as we speak. Because there ain't no way Dame going to deal in the backcourt with a guy like this. This is crazy.
Yeah.
All that shit that we heard from the national media that
Yeah.
the Pelicans were going to trade Zion Williamson
And
and all
Brandon
the shit
Ingram.
and Brandon Ingram, you can shove it because we have been telling y'all this.
Yes. It's
The
crazy, man.
Baddest Sports Show podcast, we're the most
I always
underrated
say this.
podcast.
I always say this though, that I always tell everybody, don't believe every single thing you see on the internet. Don't believe every single thing you see on social media, man. Be smart. Be smart. Know your team, man. Know your team. And it's sad to say some of your regional reporters, you can't even believe them all the time. Because I've seen a bunch of regional reporters, and
Ridiculous.
I'm not about to do no name calling, but I done seen a bunch of them talking about,
And
oh,
we
the
see
Pels
that in
gonna do
football.
this.
We see it in football.
You see it in football too.
And we are small. We consider a small podcaster. We small, and nobody don't even know about us like talking about. But we growing. We growing. I see them numbers going up. We almost at 400. We growing. We getting up there.
Jason, I feel the exact same way because that's all it is. At the end of the day, everybody is just blowing up smoke. They put out whatever they just want to put out in the media to cause ruckus for the fans.
Jason, you've been saying this. I want to give Jason so much credit. He's been holding it down in our group, the Baddest Sports Show podcast on Facebook. He has been holding it down. Jason had a book, EJ, with like a dude reading a book like fake news, fake freaking news.
That's facts, Jason. That's all it is at the end of the day. They want the biggest stars in the biggest markets. They don't want people like Zion Williamson.
In New Orleans.
They don't want Brandon
You
Ingram
heard
in New
Stephen
Orleans.
A. Smith say it.
Yeah.
You heard him. My thing is this: if the allegations and the injuries are a problem in New Orleans, why it's not a problem in New York? New York is bigger than New Orleans. New York has, so if he can't handle little New Orleans, what makes you think he can handle big New York?
Yes.
Y'all suckers.
Yes. Hey, shout out to Stephen A. I don't agree with every single thing that Stephen A. Smith say, but I'm gonna tell you what, he was on one this week when talking about Zion Williamson and the Mariah Mills situation. Like, that was a shame. That was a shame that they were sitting up blowing up this situation about Zion. Do you know how many people, how many stars we had in the NBA do so many things with women or drugs or any type of situation outside of basketball? I mean, come on now. Zion Williamson is not the first person you would know that's out there messing around with some women out there. I'm just telling you right now.
Well, son. I'm older than you. Will Chamberlain. Let me tell you something. They didn't have social media. See, the thing about my son in his era, y'all living with cameras on y'all ass. They didn't have no damn YouTube. They didn't have no goddamn MySpace. They didn't have no goddamn Facebook. They didn't have no. See the stuff that Charles seen. Wilt Chamberlain had multiple women. He was out there having babies, baby mamas all over the place, and didn't even give a damn about the women. And let's not even talk about Shaq, who left his wife, who sat there and cheated on his wife and got the full Shiny, him and Shiny. Let's talk. If you really want to go there, Magic. Imagine if they had social media back in the days when Magic had the HIV. Imagine how his name would have been tarnished. Imagine this is Zion Williamson is being indicted from screwing.
Right.
And y'all can sit there and talk. Y'all can talk all that shit all y'all want. John Morant is worse than what Zion done. You're not killing nobody screwing.
That's true. That's true. Look, John Morant, and I
don't think John should be out of the league. I think they're overblowing that shit.
Yeah, not to even knock John right now, but I'm just saying right now, I'm if you want to compare the two situations right now, you would much rather be dealing with Zion Williamson's situation rather than John Morant's, man. I'm just sorry. Like it's
James Worthy got caught with prostitutes.
yeah,
People don't talk about these, and these are all-star players.
yeah.
Don't talk about Michael Irvin back in the days in football.
Some of the biggest stars, man. I like I said, man, they just blowing this up because Zion
EJ, I'm
Williamson.
gonna mute you for a second, and you take over the show.
All right. Well, they're saying these things because Zion Williamson, it just hasn't been on the court lately. If you're gonna judge Zion Williamson based off of that. Okay, I can't argue with you if you're gonna argue about Zion not being on the court and being available playing basketball. That's a different story. But if you're talking about off the court situations and what he doing off the court, as long as the man can play damn basketball, it's out of my hands, man. I don't care what he doing in the sheets, out of the sheets, whatever. That has nothing to do with me. So I really hated the buzz and a lot of the national media trying to attack the Pelicans, trying to draw the team apart. So I just oh my goodness, man. Look, Hawk, I'm gonna tell you right now. Look, I agree. I agree with you. I don't think Zion should have been smarter. But let's be honest, Zion is 23 years old. Okay, he got a lot of money in his pockets. Me and Zion Williamson are the same age right now. I can't tell you what I would do with all that damn money in my pockets. I would tell you right now, I would try to make a lot more better decisions and a lot more smarter decisions. But I'm gonna tell you right now, he's 23 years old, man. He's young. He has a lot of money in his pocket. Women are getting thrown everywhere at him, and I'm gonna just tell you right now, he feels like he's on the top of the world, and all going. He made a mistake, okay, but that has nothing to do with what he's got to do out on the court. The Houston Rockets, with the fourth pick of the draft, drafted Amen Thompson, point guard. But yeah, man, I'm just saying, man. All going, it's got to be a double-edged sword, man. Y'all can't be sitting here trying to, bury Zion under the ground for doing what he want to do, off the court, unless it's, something that's life and death. If it's life and death, that's different, But if you're getting mad at the man because he impregnating the girl that got nothing to do with you, come on now. We better than that as fans, man. Like I said, if we're gonna get mad at Zion Williamson, let's get mad at him for not being on the damn court. All right, let's go ahead and motivate him to get on that damn court, man. I'm glad you brought that up, huh? The guys that I like at 14, man. I'm looking at Jordan Howden. Jordan Howden. Remember that name, man. He just won the championship with the Yukon Huskies, man. I would love for him to, slide down a little bit, man. That would be a good pickup. I would also go ahead, look at Mr. Lively over there at Duke University. Um, I would definitely look at Mr. Derek Lively from Duke University. Now, the thing about Derek Lively, I'm throwing his name out there, but at the same time, I'm not high on that pick. But that sounds like a Pelicans pick. Lively is like you say, huh? Lively is like a damn Jackson Hayes. He's the same exact Jackson Hayes, man. And I would try to get away from a Derek Lively, but I'm knowing the Pelicans. That's just something about the Pelicans and them doing something like that. That's why I'm saying don't be surprised if we have 14 and he goes off that board that we get him off that board, man. I just wouldn't be surprised. Anthony Black is a good name that you mentioned there, huh? I like him as well. Um, who else, man? I would also look at guys. Mr. Larry Nance Jr.'s brother. Hey, I'm not opposed to Mr. Larry Nance Jr.'s brother over there, I would definitely welcome him to the team and everything. So I'm there's a bunch of guys that I'm really looking at. I'm also too. Mr. Dick from Kansas, the shooter. I forgot his first name, but him from Kansas. He the white boy. I would also look at him at Kansas, man. That's somebody too. I've seen and I looked at his highlights. I think he would be a good fit. We need more shooters in this roster too, more than just Trey Murphy, man. We got to bail Trey Murphy out. He's done a lot, So I'm more on the lines of, hey, get some more help around, Trey Murphy, man. We got our defensive guru in Herb Jones, man. Get some more, help around him. If there's a point guard there that we like, go get one. But more than anything, get some shooters. I'm I love Big Val in the middle. I just think Big Val needs a backup center, man. We need somebody to replace Jackson Hayes. We need somebody to replace Willie Herman Gomez because he's not coming back. Thank God. Look, I loved everything that Willie, provided to the basketball team. But I'm gonna just tell you right now, it's time to move on, man, from both of these guys. Jackson gives me good spurts in the games, but when it comes down to it, and I need somebody to come in for Big Val in the middle, and I can't have Big Val in there all game, and he gets tired, and Jackson Hayes becomes a liability. I'm just not seeing it from Jackson. It's been too many seasons. Too many seasons we've been waiting for Jackson to develop and do what he has to do. And yeah, people are gonna say, well, EJ 504, man, what about Zion Williamson? You can say the same thing about Zion. Well, the difference between Zion and Jackson Hayes when they both came out of that damn draft, when Zion comes out, Zion is on his game, man. Zion and when he's healthy on the court, he's one of the best basketball players out on the damn court. Jackson Hayes, I only get spurts of Jackson Hayes of him playing well. So there's a major difference there. So Jason, I'm glad you brought that up too. LSU tonight against Wake Forest, man. It's 0-0 right now, man. I'll thank you for the score update, man. 0-0, top of the seventh game of their lives right now, man. Whoever wins that game goes to the College World Series finals against Florida. Man, hopefully LSU can pull that off, man. I know Paul Skeens got the start tonight, man. One of the greatest, pitchers in college sports history, man. So, man, I know that game is going on right now, and doggone, I know those LSU Tigers are, giving it everything they got right now to try to get themselves in the chip, man. Coach Jay Johnson is finally getting those the baseball Tigers back into the national look, man. They finally getting competitive again, man. So I know if you're a baseball fan, you excited about that. Thank you for the update, Mr. Jason. Osar Thompson, guard, out of Overtime Elite. The Detroit Pistons have selected him with the 5th pick, man. That is beautiful, man. Both back-to-back brothers. That's awesome, man. Back-to-back brothers come off the board, man. So that's great, man. I can only imagine, man, if I was in that, position with any of my brothers, man, and getting drafted back-to-back with my brother, man. That's awesome right there, man. So, and watch out for those Detroit Pistons, man. They got Monty Williams now, and they had Cade Cunningham. And they got them a little core now. They just got them Osir Thompson now. So I watch them. They're gonna be on the come up in the future, man. I really believe Monty. I think the Suns were dumb. They were dumb for giving up on Monty like that. You don't let a top coach like that, just go and hit the markets like that, So I look for maybe not immediately, okay, maybe not this year, but look for maybe next year or definitely the next year after that. I'm looking for the Pistons to be, back in the playoffs soon, So I look out for them, man. And let's talk about these trades, man. I know y'all seen Chris Paul to the
Golden
Warriors, man.
State.
That's
I,
that's
I never thought I'd see the day.
that's crazy, man. I
You
ain't never
got
thought I would see a reality where we have Chris Paul and Steph Curry on the
two
same
of the
damn
top
team.
five best on the same team together.
That is crazy, man. Now I seen a lot of Pelicans when they Pelicans fans when they reacted to that news. They was like, man, the Pelicans have to do something now. All the West is doing is getting better, and I agree with that. I agree with those statements. You know, the West is doing nothing but just growing and growing and growing.
Okay, did we
Pelicans,
get any breaking news?
we had a couple of draft picks come up.
Okay, what
But
happened?
they had also two of the Thompson brothers got drafted back to back. But yeah,
Now, if
man.
you're afraid to show your face, it's good for our platform if we see
But
your
yeah,
face.
man, the Pelicans have to really go ahead and really max out this roster. Now that we know that Zion and Brandon is here to stay on this damn roster, they have to max out this roster because now the West is getting difficult.
Right.
You got the Suns now, which I'm not scared of the Suns. I'm really not.
I
And
think
I'm
that
gonna
was a bad. I want to make an analogy on that Suns trade. I don't think it's a good fit. I don't think that you put. Now, listen, I love Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal is one of the to me vicious. I just don't like the fit with you're putting Bradley Beal up there. Just think about it, EJ. I want you to think about who you got traded with. Okay, he's up there with you got the same dude with Book, right? These are the same dudes. Okay. Book and Bradley Beal are the same exact player, man.
right, right,
They're the
right.
And
same exact
you're putting
guards.
these two guys on the same two team to make a big three, and it's going to take away from each one because they depend on the ball. These guys are ball dominant players,
Right.
and you got KD as a ball dominant player. I don't like this one. It's not like when you see Dwayne Wade and LeBron James and Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh was that big guy, go up there doing the physical shit, and then you had Dwayne Wade, a little guy going up in there, and he had the big old LeBron James, doing what he do. This is totally a weak. To me, it's a weak big three. I don't like it. I don't like it, son.
Well,
Mm,
more than even that, I really think yeah, you brought up a great point. Yeah, Book and Bill is basically the same. But even more than that, man, their bench, they don't have a bench, man. And
exactly.
what what
You got
what
a top five starting team, but no bench.
right, what allows you to win championships. If you look at the Denver Nuggets this season, they didn't do it just with Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic.
Jokic.
They had a bench that came in there and Bruce Brown and Caldwell Pope. They had some players on there that came in and
Great role
doggone that.
plays. Great role plays.
Yeah, they had great role players. So I'm looking at these Phoenix Suns. They just don't look good as far as their full team. If they're gonna
You
be a
had Jordan on that team too, though. Let's not forget Jordan was on that team. DeAndre Jordan, I think this is his name,
yeah,
who got
DeAndre
passed
Ayton.
over by many people because he, with the
Anthony Black, Mr. Hump, man, he's off the board, man. He's going to the Orlando Magic at pick number 6. So we can scratch that off the list, Hump. I'm sorry to
so
to
where
break
are we
that news
now?
to you.
Where are we now as far as like what draft pick we at right now?
It's pick number 7. The Indiana Pacers are
Oh,
gonna
we
get
almost
that.
close to our pick.
But
So we
yeah,
can
man.
shut all them damn rumors up about Zion and Ingram getting traded.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But the Suns, the Suns, just, if they're gonna be able to improve their roster, man, they're gonna have to trade DeAndre Ayton. I would actually, go ahead and look at that. If I'm the Pelicans too, go ahead and swim around there and see what the Suns want for an Ayton. And as much as I
But if we
love,
get rid of Ayton, we can give Jackson Hayes up.
yeah, man, look, as much as I even love, Big Val, I would love to have Ayton on the roster, man. So, um, but Nas, give me your thoughts, man, as so far in this draft. And I know you heard a lot of the big news through these past couple of weeks talking about, Zion Williamson may be traded, Brandon Ingram may be traded. So how do you feel so far, knowing right now, at this moment, right now, that Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram so far will be a Pelican next season?
Man, it's just the usual. You know how Stephen A. and all them dudes trying to keep them from being. You know how that go. They don't like big superstar names coming to New Orleans. That's just
Exactly.
a problem.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly,
that
man.
that, that that's a problem. That's a problem. Even when the young people know it's a problem, y'all young people understand what's going on with the NBA. It is what's happening is, and I'm the grandfather of all y'all. I mean, I'm the daddy when it comes to two young people. But what y'all gotta understand is I've seen this NBA before, and what's happening is it's a market thing. It's a market thing. They don't like to see. They don't want to see a Denver win a championship. They didn't want a lot of them. A lot of them was mad that Denver won that championship. See, if Denver could win the championship, that means New Orleans could win the championship.
Right, right, right. And
They
that's
don't like. They don't like that.
that.
Indiana,
Well,
Indiana.
if you think about it,
They didn't even like San Antonio winning.
let's be honest here. Like when in the finals, how many fans do we have out here really cheering? For the Denver Nuggets. A lot of them were cheering for the Miami Heat, the big market, to win them a championship. A lot.
I
It's so one sided. Today
I
with
figured
in
that
the
Denver
NBA.
was gonna win it because they wanted to give
The
it to
Hornets
Jokic.
fans booed. The Hornets fans booed the Miller pick.
Boo the what?
I just got a breaking news that the Hornets fans booed the Miller pick,
The
the
Brandon
Brandon
Miller
Miller
pick.
pick.
I don't know why they booing. I mean, let me tell you something, man. Like, if they drafted Scoot Henderson, it would be dumb. I mean, you already have LaMelo Ball on that damn roster. You don't need 2 point guards on the same
No, they
roster.
thought they could get Zion. That's what it was all about.
Well, sorry for him. Sorry for him.
Yep,
I doggone.
they gotta get another guard.
They
They gotta
they
get
they
another guard. Terry Rozier can't go like that no more.
they
Terry
they
Rozier can only go so far. You gotta
they
get a
think
young bench guy.
they think they can
That's
finesse
called my
somebody.
victory smoke. That all you haters who sat there and talked about the Pelicans are just going to let Zion walk out of here. And shout out to David Griffin. Shout out to
Yeah,
David Griffin.
but David Griffin know what he doing.
Thank you.
They had so many of y'all that gave up on David Griffin so fast, man. David Griffin knows what he's doing. He's been having. I'm gonna tell y'all, he's been having one of the toughest jobs in this doggone having his team. And by the way, Bilal Koulibaly from France, Miss a power forward, is going to the Indiana Pacers at number 7. Coming up next is the Washington Wizards at pick number 8. But
Who
EJ,
they
can
gonna
we
replace
find
him?
another
Who?
Joker? Can we find that? I'm not talking about as far as that position. Um, don't you know that Joker was drafted in the second round? The MVP, the guy that Joker. I'm talking about Joker for the Denver Nuggets. Could we find that guy that nobody, like that Draymond Green, that guy that was in the second round that nobody even thought it was going to be a superstar? Because after them 3 picks, nobody even know about these other guys. So
yeah,
my thing is this: can these other guys be the guys that's better than the top 3 guys that just got picked? I'm asking you that.
well, yeah, there's a lot of talent in this draft. There's a lot of sleepers.
It
Let me put
varies.
it. Let me put it to y'all this way. There's a lot of sleepers in this draft. Okay, I trust the Pelicans front office with finding out who's the right fit on this team and who they can pick up. All right, we let's be honest here. We done found Herb Jones in the second round. Y'all
Right.
don't. I mean, do y'all not believe we can do it again in the second round and find somebody else and find a
Dennis
diamond in the
Rodman
rough
was
in the
in the
second?
second round.
I I get us a
And look,
backup forward.
we even found Jose Alvarado undrafted. Okay, so that's how good.
Exactly.
This
That's
is
a
how good.
David Griffin.
Yeah, this is David Griffin, and not just David
Uh-oh.
Griffin.
Pacers have made a trade for the 7 for the Wizards.
Mm. They done got somebody. They done snagged whoever. They done snagged whoever Indy wanted.
What trade?
I just seen the breaking news come across my screen talking about the Pacers just trade. Y'all can see the screen, I can't.
Hang on one second. Let's see what that is.
This is the exclusive. This is the home of the New Orleans Pelicans and the New Orleans Saints. This is the Battle Sports Show podcast. Please subscribe and hit the like button if you
Oh
like the
wow! Oh
content.
wow! Okay, so the team, the Pacers. The Pacers just drafted right, but Bilal Coulibaly from France. Okay, but they're trading him to the Wizards for the 8th pick.
Whoa! So that's telling me that the Wizards see this guy who's not rated high. See, your scout department makes a lot with these teams. Nobody knew Joker was going to be the guy that he is, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's your scouting department. So I need David Griffin and them to go out there and do shit like that. Go get him a dude nobody care a damn about.
I'm seeing a lot of names though on this list that I want. A lot of names that
We
are
need a
still
shooter,
out on
man.
the
We need a
board.
shooter. We need more shooting.
We need another 3-point specialist 2 guard.
Yeah, because when you're dealing with Zion and Ingram, you can't just rely on Trey Murphy to hit them trades. You need more than McCollum hitting them trades. You gotta have dudes out there that's
Jose
swinging at
Alvarado.
where we understop, where
I'm
we
looking.
understop.
I'm looking at Grady Dick still out on the board, man.
Oh shit!
I'm looking at
Now that's
Keontae
the pick.
George. I'm looking at Chris Murray. I'm looking at guys that could possibly be the 14th pick for the Pelicans, and they still out on the board, man. I'm liking it. It's playing well into the Pelicans' hands if they're willing to just sit there and just say, hey, we can get our guy at 14 and forget about what everybody else talking about.
Exactly. Play smart. Get who you really want without having to
Right,
rush for it.
right. Also, too, man, did everyone see the Kristaps Porzingis trade to the
Oh
Celtics?
my God. I
Man,
said they better win a chip. They better win a chip. Brown,
Okay,
oh boy.
let me talk about that. Okay, as far as that, I think it's a win-win for both teams, but I think it's a more win for Memphis, and I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, you could have got a little bit more for this dude. Okay, you got to remember, you just Memphis just replaced that little light-skinned dude,
Dylan Brooks.
Darren Brooks, and what you're getting out of this cat right here is a great defender and a great leader in the locker room and a great scorer. That man,
Mm,
that he wasn't scoring because he had Brown and that other dude Tatum. He couldn't show. Let me tell you something. This is the best pick for that young man. Who they start playing?
you talking
Ja,
about John Morant?
Ja, Ja Morant. This is their best. I'm having this guy with John Morant, a guy. You got a guy who been to the championship, a guy who can settle John Morant down.
Jerace, not to cut you off, Jerace Walker forward out of Houston will be going to the Indiana Pacers in that trade. The Washington Wizards picked Jerace Walker for Indiana, and that's who they'll be getting in that trade for Houston.
Do you
From
have any
Houston.
background, son, on that cat? On that cat?
He's he was one of the AAC ACC freshmen, top players, and he's a pretty good forward, man. He was the freshman of the year, man. So he's a pretty good forward, man. That's gonna be a good little depth pick for Indiana over there. They needed somebody to go ahead and grow with over there. Indiana, Indiana is not in no place right now to compete in no championships right now, but They made a move that they can go ahead and feel comfortable about in the future. That one day we're gonna look back at it, and it may not matter right now, but in the future we're gonna look at him and say, "Wow, that was a good pick
Well,
at that
he
time."
may be one day another trade asset for him because that's what these teams do. They get these young guys, they develop them, and then they trade them off. And you have to be a patient organization to understand. Shout out to Brian's, the badass Brian's in the house. Shout out to you, brother. I see you in the chat. And y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Brian's. Brian's is one of our biggest supporter, and y'all got to go check out his Indian page,
Well,
man.
I agree, man. I agree with that, man. Like I said, if the Pelicans gonna go ahead and decide to keep whatever pick they get on 14, um, they need to go get a shooter, man. Trey Murphy needs help. Trey Murphy can't be the only guy out there that we rely on in games, man. Okay, when we think of shooters, we only think
And
about Trey Murphy.
McCullum is that shooter, but he's off and on. He's like a streaky guy.
Look, that's what I'm
Jose
saying.
Alvarado, Dyson
Jose
Daniels.
Jose is off and on. Like you need a consistent guy. Trey
And
Murphy is the only
and
guy we have.
Dix is the perfect guy for this offense.
Who?
Dix.
Yeah, I would love to have his shooting. I would love to have his shooting on this roster. That's the guy I would love to have on this roster just for his shooting alone to go with Trey Murphy. We'll see. And we getting close. It's pick number 9. Utah is on the board. Uh, Onk, I saw you had brought up David Griffin, and I want to bring up this point about David Griffin, man. When our season ended in that play-in tournament a couple of months ago, David Griffin made these exact words talking about, well, hey, I'm glad that we didn't convince ourselves and find ourselves or found the way to find ourselves in these playoffs and try to convince ourselves that we were a good team. I'm glad that this happened and that we can go ahead and move on and try to go ahead and fix this basketball team. David Griffin also said that we have assets. Remember these words. We have assets that other teams might like. So what that tells me is David Griffin is actively going to be looking to move people from this roster, which is good. Let me tell you something about Grady Dick. Look, yeah, he may not have the defense, okay, but let's be honest here. We need more shooting than defense. We already have a defensive basketball team.
You know what, EJ? You're right. You're right. Fans need to talk about this shit. Is the fact that we need role players. We need a guy that's gonna come out there and shoot. That's what Herb Jones for. That's what Trey Murphy for. That's what we got.
That's
Defenders.
what
We
Jose
got great
Alvarado is for.
defenders.
Look,
Not
Con,
the tourists.
I gotta get on you on this one. Look, we got defense, man. That's been the problem with us over the years.
Najee
Yeah,
Marshall.
Najee. We got defenders on this basketball team. The problem is right now is we don't have enough shooters on this basketball team. Okay, well, we got like mid-range players. We got CJ McCollum and Brandon Ingram who can kill you in the mid-range, but they are not consistent three-point shooters. But Zion Williamson ain't no damn three-point shooter.
We need a
Damn.
Nate Robinson type.
You know,
guard,
Big
like a
Val ain't no
consistent
damn
streaky shooter
no
with the
damn
three.
three-point shooter. So other than Trey Murphy, name me somebody on this damn roster that we have currently that is just a lights out shooter that we can rely on this team. You can't
And we
name nobody.
and EJ, we let the young man go. What that young man name? We got from the
Josh
Hornets.
Richardson. Look.
No, I'm not talking about him. We let the young man go from the Hornets that we had.
Oh, you talking about Devontae Graham? Look,
Yeah, that was a
that
3-point shot.
y'all don't even realize how much that even hurt us. I know a lot of y'all at the time when Devontae Graham was on this team, y'all wanted him gone because he didn't have no damn defense. Okay, look, all right, cool. You got rid of him, but guess what? Teams was killing our ass because we that was the next best shooter next to damn Trey Murphy. He was a consistent damn 3-point shooter, regardless of
And
how you looked at it.
McCollum.
Regardless of how you looked at it, you lost shooting. So I'm telling y'all right now, man. Look, defense is not the problem right now, man. We need some damn shooters
Well,
on this
EJ,
team.
he reminds me of Duncan over there in Miami. You know Duncan, the white boy Duncan. I don't know if you remember the kid. He shoots all their threes for them for over there in Miami Heat.
You talking about
That's
Duncan
who
Robinson?
Duncan
Duncan
Robinson. That's who he
Robinson.
reminds me of. And that's a kid. That's a kid who's utilized the 3-point shot. Who was dogging the Pelicans out when we played the Miami Heat. And he didn't have great defense, but he had great shooting.
Yeah. Shoot, if we can get half of that, half of Duncan Robinson
Duncan
shooting
Robinson.
on this team, dog, going, I'll take it. I look, I just want some damn shooting. I want somebody that can help out Trey Murphy. Trey Murphy can't do it all by himself, guys. He can't do it all by himself. And then when look, I know y'all got angry and upset with CJ McCollum when he tried to go ahead and shoot at the end of the games. That's not what he do at the end of the games. Is shoot 3-pointers. That is a mid-range doggone ISO type guy. Okay, get you somebody that can go ahead and compliment Trey. Come on, huh? Hey, man, let me tell you something. If we had Patience Stojakovic on this damn team,
Oh my God.
man, I wish. I wish. Y'all
Yeah,
remember?
you know, Paige Stavakovic was underrated,
Y'all remember?
especially with the Hornets.
Man, the Utah Jazz are up on the clock and they're about to select Taylor Hendricks, forward out of UCF. The 10th pick is up next by the Dallas Mavericks.
This is a weak ass draft because I don't know none of these kids,
Well, let
but
me
Neither
tell you.
do I.
they might end up
Neither
being
do I.
stars.
Let me tell you
Neither
something
do
about the
I.
NBA and they draft. Let's be honest with y'all. Do we ever know who they are once the lottery ends? Like,
To be honest with you, the second part of the draft, like in the 20s and the 15s and all, they become better than the first.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell
I
y'all right
like
now.
our
Kawhi
first
Leonard,
round
look at
pick
Kawhi
better than
Leonard.
a
Look,
high pick.
anybody can't tell me Kawhi Leonard was a steal.
Oh yeah, that was, but nobody knew he was gonna be
And
like
Ka-
that.
and Kawhi was a late first round pick, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah, big time.
And look at how he did.
And the NBA is much different than the NFL. You
And
know
the
who's
Pelicans, I hate to tell this about Pelicans fans. The Pelicans almost had Damian Lillard. They was gonna have Damian Lillard with Anthony Davis.
yeah, it's crazy.
They could have had both of them.
Hmm.
That's crazy, man.
At the time, we didn't know Dame was gonna be who Dames is
But
today.
that's why I'm about to bring up my next point in
I
the
always
NBA.
knew Dame was gonna be what he was, that he is now, because of the way he showcased rookie year. I said, man, that boy gonna be something. He gonna be a top 10, top 5 point guard. And little and behold,
That's
30 plus and still shooting.
That's why I'm gonna bring up my next point though. Like I said, in the NBA compared to the NFL, in the NFL draft, you know who's gonna translate well in the NFL and who's not. In the NBA, it's different. You know, not everybody's gonna make it in the NBA. Not everyone's gonna have an impact in the NBA. You know, you don't know who's gonna be that bright star one day. So you know, when you look at these cats initially and you see them get drafted, you know, you gotta go ahead and it takes time and just be patient with them because you never know. You can't just outright say they're gonna be sad, and you can't outright say they're gonna be good unless they like a top 3 pick or a top 5 picks in the NBA.
It just depends on scheme. Depends on the coach you go to, the team scheme that you go to. That all depends and varies in too.
Oh yeah,
That's what people overlook. Oh, they think, oh, this player trash because of this. I'm like, mm-mm. If you pay attention, the scheme. And coaching.
Flock Nation, please subscribe to the Baddest Sports Show podcast in the D South. We are New Orleans finest, okay? We talk Crescent City sports. We talk Tulane. We talk LSU, and we also talk the New Orleans Saints, and we also talk about the New Orleans Pelicans. We are New Orleans finest. We talk even though nobody even talk about it, but we talk about the New Orleans Breakers who are in the playoffs. Okay, and eventually they're gonna have a home crowd. I'm hearing. So shout out, y'all. Keep on supporting the New Orleans Breakers.
Hey man, shout out to them Breakers. But I'm gonna tell you this about the Breakers, man. They're in the same position they was last year, man.
They just can't get over that Birmingham.
They need to they better beat Birmingham. That's all I'm gonna say. All going
They
if they
beat them for the first time this year, though. They
yeah
beat them
they
in the season.
did they did, but
Mm-hmm.
now they gotta beat
Last
them
year they
when it
got knocked
counts.
out.
They
But see
gotta
that,
beat them when it counts right now.
and here's the problem factor to who's causing Birmingham. What is it?
Okay,
Birmingham Bullheads?
Dallas and Davis venturing to the somebody. It went too fast.
Hang on.
Dallas just made a trade.
The Dallas Mavericks are trading number 10, their number 10 pick, which is coming up, and Davis Burton's to the Thunder for the number 10 pick.
Mm.
And he's a good three-point shooter.
Yeah, that's a good
That's gonna
3-point
help Shea.
shooter.
That's gonna help Giddy and Gilgis
Yeah, that's
Alexander out.
hey. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, the Oklahoma City Thunder are gonna be good, man. They are gonna be good. They are gonna be a problem for a long time.
They're not gonna pass us up. We're gonna beat them.
Yeah,
With
okay.
Zion, if we get Zion healthy, nobody gonna beat us.
I'm saying future wise, and I'm looking as soon as either this year or next year, the Thunder could be like a contending basketball team. They're sneaky good, man. They're gonna be really good, man.
So do you hear anything about
Nobody
these?
has said nothing about no Pelicans. The Pelicans are not
Shut the
making
fuck
no
up, huh?
damn move. The Dallas Mavericks have to make it a priority to bring back Kyrie Irving. If they don't bring back Kyrie Irving,
They retarded.
it's not really gonna be their fault.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Jay.
It's up to Kyrie. Kyrie
I ain't
gotta
gonna
want to
lie.
come back.
Could you imagine Kyrie, Zion, and Ingram? I think that fits Kyrie Irving better than Dallas.
The problem is, does Kyrie want to come to New Orleans? That's the thing. Where does
I mean,
Kyrie?
Dallas and New Orleans is right down the street.
Where does Kyrie want to go?
I'm telling you, it might fit better with us than Luka Doncic.
With that 10 pick, the Dallas Mavericks are gonna select Cason Wallace, guard out of Kentucky.
Yeah, I know him. He's a damn good. He's a good guard. I saw him play. He's a good guard, and he can actually shoot and defend. He's a damn good defender.
So remember, guys, that pick, Cason Wallace, is actually gonna be a Thunder. He's going to the Thunder. So that's gonna be another guard, another guard in OKC, man. That's. I'm just telling y'all, man. OKC is just y'all keep
That
sleeping
guard
on
is
them.
not gonna be in KC. I mean OKC. That guard is gonna be trade bait. They can't have that many guards. They're gonna trade bait that dude. Sometimes teams draft people for package deals for other people. They may want a veteran, so they're gonna trade that guy for a veteran. I
We'll
know what
see.
OKC is doing.
We'll see.
They're not gonna have a bunch of young dudes and that dude, what his name, Gil Chris, whatever his name, you know,
Shea Gilgis.
get He ain't gonna want to sit for them many years for no young dude. Kobe, is Kobe still available? Kobe Buffin.
Yeah, he's still on the clock.
Let me ask you a question. I saw him play. He's kind of good. Where we at 14? Are we getting close to 14, son?
We are currently at the 11th pick.
Wow.
The Magic are picking again.
So the Pelicans said, "Fuck that. We're gonna sit. We're gonna sit. Sit.
The
We
Pelicans are
sit.
doing the
Pe-
Pelicans are doing exactly what I
the
said at the
Pelicans
beginning
know
of
who
the
they
show.
want. Because if they didn't know what they want, they would have jumped.
And David
Now
Griffin
the Thunder has sent a 12 pick to Dallas for Davis. Oh, okay. I thought that was a breaking news.
David Griffin is smart, man. David Griffin know what he doing. He ain't being rushed. He know how he want to do this, how he want to fix his basketball team. And like I said, the fans can sit there and scream and cry
Cry, cry,
all they want,
cry.
but at the end of the day, they got to sit down and let the GM do what he want to do.
Hence why I say I trust the
But
process of
but
what
but
the
but
GM
EJ,
decide to put on the team.
you don't reach, Hanas. You don't just go to reach. A lot of guys be reaching.
They just reach for superstars. I said, you never reach for a superstar. You sit for a star. That's the trick.
I just was talking about that. Derek Lively, man. I would hate for the Pels to do that because I feel like Derek Lively is Jackson Hayes 2.0, but it just feels like the Pels would do something like that. You know, the Pels would
I'm not
that
gonna
that
lie
just
to you. Derek Lively is better than Jackson Hayes.
that just sounds like
I'm not gonna lie
a
to you, Jay.
Pelicans
Derek
move.
Lively is better than Jackson Hayes. He has a perimeter game, and Jackson don't have that.
Yeah, if you want to look at the differences between them two, yeah, Lively can shoot. Jackson Hayes can't shoot.
And that might be the end of Jackson Hayes. They may be trading Jackson. If they get Lively, that means they're gonna use Jackson Hayes in the package to get another player.
Oh yeah. Well, that'll confirm that Jackson Hayes is gone. But I still think either way, Jackson Hayes is gonna be gone.
No, I don't think so. I think Jackson Hayes is a damn good player, and I think that we need to be patient with him as well as Zion because he's so athletic. You don't get them kind of kids in basketball. You just don't. They don't come around every year. And Jackson is a guy that we need to be patient with. I know people are going to disagree with me, but Jackson Hayes has not fully gotten to his ceiling yet.
That's also what I was saying. I really believe the Pels can still go trade for a veteran point guard or get one in free
Sounds like the
agency.
Pels are happy with their team. Sound like to me.
Jet
Sounds like the
Howard,
Pelicans are happy with their team, and the national media are feeling stupid right now.
Jawan Howard's son, Jet Howard, point guard out of Michigan, is selected
Hmm.
by the Orlando Magic at 11.
Great move by Atlanta. I mean Orlando. Great move. I saw the kid play a pure point guard, and I was kind of shocked that he's a point guard because his dad was a forward. But y'all children come different than us, cause you became a cornerback and I was a quarterback. You was a 6'5" corner, and I'm a goddamn 6'3" quarterback. I don't even know how that happened.
We know that story already.
The Oklahoma City Thunder is on the clock with the 12th pick. So, guys, we are literally 2 picks away from the New Orleans Pelicans being on this clock.
Oh my God. And we have lasted like we do all the time. Only on the Baddest Sports Talk podcast where we sit through the whole drama and we're gonna be here for you guys. Please subscribe to the Baddest Sports Show podcast. The real fans. The real fans of the New Orleans Saints, the New Orleans Pelicans, the New Orleans Breakers, everything Tulane Green Wave, and the LSU Tigers. Everything New Orleans, Louisiana.
Okay, I'll tell you this too. Dame, Dame. After
AJ,
seeing
your battery is at 6%, son.
Dame, after seeing what's going on with Mr. Scoot Henderson, I know he's ready to get out of there. I'm just saying I would love, if some way, somehow, even though I really do feel like at the end of this, I really feel like somehow, some way Dame's gonna go to Miami. That's just my opinion. But I would just love some way, somehow Dame can find a way and David Griffin can go ahead and get Dame and put
And
it
let's
back
Dame,
together
EJ, and
with
let's Dame
CJ.
see.
For
Uh,
Miami, who would you give up? Who you
EJ,
gonna
and
give up
let's
in that
Dame
backcourt?
want to go to two guard and be CJ McCullum while the young man become the point guard.
Tyler Hero?
No, the young man just got drafted. And
I,
Scoot Henderson become the point
Look,
guard, and
I'm
Dame
gonna tell
become.
you right now, Dame ain't trying to wait on Scoot and whoever Portland is trying to bring in there to try to compete for a championship. Look, Dame is not going to win the championship in Portland. He's not winning the damn championship in Portland. So his best chance to win the championship is to get out of Portland.
Cutting the Pelicans.
See, CJ realized it. It's time for him to
So
realize.
are you willing to give up Herb Jones for Damian Lillard?
I would. I would. I would.
Goodness, that's a hard one to pick.
That's hard. That's hard, but sometimes you got to make sacrifices, and
Because that's what you're saying, son.
that's the sacrifice I would make.
But I'm not giving up Trey Murphy. I'm not giving. Listen, EJ. I'm not giving up Zion.
If it ever came down to it between Trey Murphy
Not
and
not
Herb Jones,
not even Dame. Not even Dame. For some reason I see Trey Murphy is getting, for whatever reason, I see what he's doing on the workouts. Trey Murphy's gonna be a superstar. He's gonna be a guy, dog. You gotta disagree with me on that. I think Trey Murphy is on the verge of being a superstar. Do you agree, son? He left. Right now, I believe, that's just me, Trey Murphy is on the verge of being a superstar for the Pelicans.
He
They
already
got
is.
I just believe that Nas, the way I see the dude doing in the off season, some of the stuff that nobody watching on his Twitter, the dude is preparing himself to be a superstar. And he's 6'7", 6'8". He's a monster, and he shoots from the perimeter.
Trey is gonna be a star in this damn league.
Yes,
He's on the cusp of being a star right now.
I'm not letting him go, EJ. I'll let Herb go.
Oh yeah. I think we all know if it ever came down to it, we would have to let go of Herb rather than Trey Murphy.
I get over my emotions. Maybe we get Herb after a couple of years when they get tired of Herb, and the summer we'll sign him back. We'll sign that motherfucker back.
That's if he come back after that.
That man ain't coming back. If he got traded,
Well, money.
So, Hump, I'm gonna ask you this since you put that down there, Hump. So, if Dame wasn't on the table, you wouldn't let go of Herb?
You gotta let Herb go. I hate it. I hate it. I hate that shit. Najee Marshall is underrated.
Bronze,
He
I
can
agree. I agree.
Najee
Trey
can
and
step,
Herb are going to be both stars in this league. I'm
but
just saying,
Najee can step up for Herb. Najee is underrated. Najee is a guy who never will be a star, but he's gonna be that Dennis Rodman. Najee is underrated, y'all.
Najee is literally your heart and soul of the basketball team. He's your Marcus Smart. He's your
Right.
he's your Draymond Green. He's gonna go hustle. He's gonna go ahead and do the dirty work for you. Not gonna be the biggest, most toughest guy. I mean, the most, your
But he's
star.
gonna be the most
But
energetically
he's gonna put
competitive.
it all on the line for you.
Yeah, he's gonna be the most energetically competitive guy.
Hey,
Right.
Brian, why don't you come up on the panel, man? We gotta drop the we'll drop the link, man. Come up over here. You got a lot of knowledge, dog.
Let me
We'll
drop the
drop the
link
link.
too. I intended to drop the link for anybody that want to come
EJ,
in.
drop the link, man. Drop the link. Let some of these guys come in and talk on Pelican night.
If y'all trying to go ahead and come on and talk, man, the link is dropped.
Come
Man,
on,
Jason,
Brian, man. Don't do me like that, bro. Come on up here. You hear me?
Jason, thanks for that score update, man. LSU baseball and Wake Forest baseball is tied 0-0 still. It's the top of the ninth right now. Whoever wins this game goes to the College World Series championship, man. That is a damn good game going on right now.
Brian say he coming in a few, y'all. Brian's coming up. We are the free podcast to the Who That Nation and the Pelican Nation. We let anybody come up here. It ain't about our egos over here. He said, Peter said, I know we ain't talking Saints right now, but the problem is that we have Von Bell, Marshall Lattimore, and Burntos Apple. Those players together was like a year. Well, here you go. See, but we know we gonna have Petey up in here when it comes down to the Saints. When the Saints come.
This man here, bro. He
Boy, them Saints fans, man, I tell you. But look, we
that's
love
crazy.
y'all.
I see the
We gonna
point
be
he try.
happy when
I see
he
the point with that he trying to make though. He's trying to say, keep the team together. He wants, them with a little bit more talent
right.
and
But
everything.
EJ, tell him we're gonna be going training camp. We're gonna be doing it. You already said that you're gonna do exclusive training camps.
Yeah, that's the training camp is in July, so we'll be
EJ,
going.
you and I are gonna drive up to
Oh my
airline.
goodness! Oh, Derek Lively is picked by the Oklahoma City Thunder
All right, well we ain't getting him.
with the
EJ, let me ask
12th
you a
pick.
question. EJ, let me ask you a question. Are you and I gonna drive up to the training camp this year and do live reporting? We're gonna supposed to pick up Uncle Henry. He wants to come with us, and we can get Petey too if he
Yeah,
want to come.
yeah, we'll go over
And
that.
Nas
For
can come. We can go pick up Nas because Nas lives right by us.
we'll go ahead for training camp and go ahead and do that because that's
We
the
do
next biggest
live right in training camp.
that's the next
It's
biggest thing
that
coming
time
up
of the
for
season again.
yeah,
Training camp.
that's the next biggest thing
Now
coming up
EJ, we're
for
gonna
ball.
ride on airline. Now you just said it right here to the Baddest Sports Show podcast that you mean Nas. All we're gonna take the travel.
Yeah, we taking the trip. Like I said, that's the next biggest thing coming up is training camp um for the Saints. So
So we can do it. We're gonna report live on the Baddest Sports Show podcast.
we'll go ahead and do some coverage out there on them and see how they looking.
Cause I'm tired of reporting off of other people's shit.
Wow, that's a shocker, man. Derek Lively coming off the board. So, hey, we can throw that out of the board now, guys. Jackson Hayes 2.0 is not coming to New Orleans. Derek Lively is Oklahoma City Thunder. So
Now, our picks up.
so one more pick left. The Toronto Raptors are on the board at 13. And yours truly, the New Orleans Pelicans are coming up next at number 14. So we'll see what
They got
happens.
to get somebody to help Van Fleet out.
Wow, man.
Toronto fan.
I told y'all though. I said this about the Thunder, man. That the Thunder are going to be a team to watch, man. They're making sneaky picks. They got good talent already on their roster, man. It's just, whoo. They're going to be a problem.
I'm a pro. It's crazy. I'm just so happy to be here. It's a dream just getting started. I'm so excited.
Now, you guys' story has been well documented. You navigated loss, you navigated health challenges. But what I love about you both, Kathy, is that you have such a championship energy about you. You made it. How are you feeling as you watch your son realize his dream? I'm so emotional. I don't know what I should do right now. I'm so proud of everything that he's been through. And to persevere through everything and work hard.
Check that. Derek Lively is not going to be a Thunder. He's actually going to be a Dallas Maverick. In that trade, the Dallas Mavericks traded back for the 12th pick, and the Thunder selected Derek Lively for the Dallas Mavericks. So the Dallas Mavericks have Derek Lively.
So Luka got some front court help.
Yeah. So we gonna see him in the court. We gonna see him this season. What's going on, Bryce? How you doing, man?
What's good? What's good, my brothers?
Good. We good out here. Every 504 then kind of clicked out. We gonna get him back in on here. But man, how you feeling, man? How you feeling tonight?
Oh shoot, I'm feeling good. I'm kind of glad we kind of stayed put at 14. But I mean, I still with that mind that we would have traded that pick too, though.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna say this about it. I look at it like this. The David Griffin kind of, just wants one more year. He wants to run it back one more year and see what he has with this team. This is the Pelicans' last chance to go ahead and see, what they have. It's all going. If this team can be more than, what it is, right now. So I'm kind of glad that they didn't try to, hit the reset button so quickly. And try to go ahead and go after Scoot. Now, and don't get me wrong, I think Scoot is gonna be damn good. He's gonna be good one day. They're just not gonna be, the Portland Trailblazers are not gonna be, the top of the league right now. Of course, So hang on 1 second, but yeah, the Portland Trailblazers are not going to be a championship basketball team for a couple of years right now. Dame's going to be obviously looking to leave and everything. So, if things don't go to plan, the worst thing that can happen for the Pelicans is we could do this all over next year and then just hit the reset button next year. But this year, I think the Pelicans, they just want to go ahead, run this back, see what they have. They obviously believe that they saw something in themselves. We had the number 1 seed at a point, last season. So we can go ahead and there's a possibility we can make a run in this West this year. Depending on what we do with this pick. Now, I'm not gonna sit there and say that we're gonna keep this pick now, because David Griffin could make a pick for somebody else and could be making a trade as we speak right now. But as from what we seeing right now, it just looks like, hey, we look like we're just gonna go ahead and make this pick. It could be for us. We could just hold on to 14, or we could give it away. But right now, I'm not too mad. I'm not upset right now. I kind of expected this out of the Pelicans. I think they is smart in trying to run it back. If Zion not healthy next year, trade him. And if you don't feel like Brandon Ingram is the guy, in the future, trade him. Start it over.
Yeah, because I think for some strange reason, I just think this year gonna be the year they're gonna be healthy, And I don't
Yeah,
really think he'll be in the top, top five,
yeah.
top.
And that's the thing too, Brian. Like think about this. What if we traded him this year, and Zion does what Anthony Davis did to us when we traded Anthony Davis to the Lakers? He won a championship. You know,
Mm,
and we the ones looking crazy for trading him. So I'm just saying, man. Give it one more year, and then look, whatever. If it don't work out, then go get rid of him. And look, if he still ends up doing good, then that's just it is what it was. You can't really get mad
right.
at yourself because you waited long enough. You waited long enough to see what Zion Williamson was gonna be and everything. So I see where you coming from on that though. The Toronto Raptors too. I want to make this announcement, guys. Grady Dick is off the board from Kansas. He's going to be a Toronto Raptor. I really wanted the Pels to pick him up with that pick, man. So the Pelicans are going to be on the clock right now. They are on the clock at 14. Bronze, I'm gonna ask you this:
Uh-huh.
who you looking at number 14?
Man, bro, I wanted to get that center on Oklahoma guy because we do need a big,
Right, right, right,
but we do, even still, it's like we do need to still, like, whoever we draft, but we still need to, sign some vets because we need our biggest weakness is definitely on the perimeter. We don't have no outside shooters, that could just hit it when we have Ingram is off, or
right,
Murphy is off or something like that.
right.
We were like dead last in 3-point shooting.
Right. You need a shooter on this team. And that's the point I was trying to make earlier in the show. It's like, hey man, I understand, you guys want, there's two biggest things, the Pelicans need. You need a backup center for Mr. Big Val. Big
Mm,
Val can't do it all by himself. You need a backup center. Jackson Hayes had his chance, but it's time to move on. Find somebody to back up Big Val. And also, you need Trey Murphy needs help shooting the ball. Trey Murphy is the only guy we know on this roster that can take over a game by his shooting alone. Okay, we love Brandon, we love doggone CJ McCollum, but they are not consistent 3-point shooters. Trey Murphy is a consistent 3-point shooter. So if I think more, quite honestly, at 14, shooting is the most important thing that needs to take place here. Um, Nas, let me ask you this, Nas. Who you looking at 14, man?
Whoever the team gets is the best. That's the best fit for us. I'm happy with. I
All
trust the
right.
process.
You gonna play it by ear. All right? You ain't even about to do that to yourself. You just gonna play it by ear.
Mm-hmm.
Every 504, you got good connection. You've been in and out for about the past 3-4 minutes. Can you hear us? I think you're on mute.
yeah, I don't see him talking. I don't see you talking.
I think he on mute.
Yeah, but I want to say this right quick too.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Trey Murphy remind me of David West.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good comparison. Now, the only difference between him and David West, Trey Murphy can shoot. But as far as the as David West was a damn mid-range beast. That
Yep.
sucking it was athletic, more athletic than what we give him credit for. That man was getting a lot of rebounds back in his day, man. And him and Chris Paul, man, I back around in that time, man, that was the duo back in the day, man.
Yep.
So yeah, that's a good comparison right there, man. I really believe Trey Murphy and Herb, they both are going to be superstars for this team one day, and we really hit we hit on some huge picks, both of them, in both of them. Also want to shout out to Jason. Jason has been keeping up with the score in the College World Series between LSU and Wake Forest. Man, it's a battle going on. The Titans are battling out there in extra innings in Omaha, man. It is 0-0 still. and they are still swinging out there. Remember, the winner of that game goes to the College World Series championship, man. So hopefully the Tigers can pull it through, man. They swinging right now.
Hell yeah.
Onk also said that let's see what the Pelicans do. Point guard from Indiana, question mark. Kobe probably though, 45% from 3-point land. So we gonna find out on who they go ahead and make this pick on, man. We gonna find out.
I really hope there's no more guards. Please, no more guards.
I look. I think, they put this on the TV right now. The only type of guard I want us to get is a traditional point guard. CJ McCollum has done well. Now, don't get me wrong. CJ McCollum has done very good. In his roles, but we all know CJ McCollum is not no traditional point guard. He's always been a two guard in this league. CJ McCollum needs help in that backcourt, and what better way to help him than to actually put a point guard out there for him, So I think if we're gonna go ahead and get any guard, let it be a damn point guard. Give CJ McCollum some help out there.
Definitely.
Every 504, you good? I guess he having bad connection problems.
That's crazy. Like every time you get
I know, because at the beginning of the show, he was having a bunch of problems. But here you go. The pick is in. The Pelicans are on the clock, and Adam Silver is about to make the pick. A trade. Oh, okay. Hang on. The trade that they're announcing right now is, the Mavericks had traded, their 10th pick to the Thunder for Cason Wallace, and they also received the 12th pick, just for Derek Lively. So the Pelicans are about to make their pick. Jordan Hawkins. The Pelicans select Jordan Hawkins from UConn. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. That's a damn good pick. I was just talking about this. The kid just won him a national championship, and he's coming to New Orleans.
And I'm still looking forward to Dyson Daniels too having his
Oh yeah, most definitely. See, I know everybody was giving up on Dyson Daniels, and Dyson Daniels. To me, I think he had a pretty good rookie season. People wanted to go ahead and hop off his train so quickly and everything, and wanted to go ahead and get on him, I guess, for not having shooting ability. But to me, defensively is where he made the most impact. You can't say anything about what he did on the defensive end. He did really well. The kid is going to continue to grow. Remember, it was just his rookie season, man. Let's not just hop off his train after one season, man. That's his rookie year. Let's not go crazy and get on him, man. But Jordan Hawkins, man, this is an elite shooter, man. 39% from 3-point land. This guy can shoot. I'm just telling y'all right now, this was the guy that I was sneakily hoping that fell to us, and this is who we got, man. David Griffin, you are a master class, man. You are something else, sucker, because you and they're comparing him to Richard Hamilton. Well, what a comparison there.
Finally got our point guard.
Finally got your point guard, man. You got somebody that you can go ahead and help CJ McCollum with. And look, they also comparing him to Ray Allen, man. That's crazy. I mean, they're not outrageous for doing that because the kid can shoot. This guy has great shooting ability, man. So I'm excited for him. And I don't know if you guys knew this, but he is actually the cousin of Angel Reese, LSU's women's basketball's forward. So I don't know if y'all knew that, but he's her cousin. Man, that's a damn good pick. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all.
Yeah, I think we done though for the draft because I don't think we had no more seconds. Second
Nah,
round.
I think I think we done for the first round. I don't know about the second round. I'm gonna have to go back and check and everything.
Cause we originally had two first round picks because that 17 pick from the Lakers
Yeah,
had.
yeah. Every 504, did you lose your audio or something? Nas, how are you feeling about this pick, man?
I like it. I said, hey, if we get a guard, cool. Forward, cool. We got a guard. Hey, welcome aboard, kid. First round pick. You're gonna be helping CJ out, Bucko.
I like it, man. I like it, man. I'm excited about this damn pick, man. I really am. This is the guy I wanted. I wanted him. I didn't think he was gonna fall this far. That's how good is shooting wise. And I felt like people were sleeping on this kid after what he just did, with UConn. He was the star player on that team, man, on a national, championship team, man. So I really
Mm-hmm.
feel like Hump. I know you saying boo right now. I don't understand it. I don't understand it right now. You gotta explain that to me. But this cat, I like it, man. That's a great damn pick, especially at 14. Um, it's not a lot that you can get at pick number 14. I feel like this fell exactly where the Pelicans wanted it to fall, man. They didn't sit there and give up their star players in Zion and Brandon Ingram, and they wound up getting the guy that they wanted, man. So this played out perfectly, man. This played really well.
And check and don't forget too, we got the assistant coach. Well, we got the coach that came from Charlotte that's gonna help the Pels, be able to have a more explosive offense too.
Most definitely, most definitely. Huh? Yes, he can ball, man. Go check this man highlights out. Go ahead and look. I don't even have to explain to you. Go ahead to YouTube. You in YouTube right now. Go look up Jordan Hawkins out of UConn and go look at what he did at UConn and just go look at last season. What he just did this past season. I don't look now. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna warn you. His freshman year, he didn't do too much. He only averaged 5.3 points per game. But his sophomore year and this past season, he averaged 6.2 points per game, 16.2 points per game, and averaged 39% from 3-point land, man. I'm just telling you, go look him up, man. That's a baller. That man could, and he was a leader on a championship basketball team, man. So go look him up, man. Don't if you don't know much about him, go ahead and do your research, man. Don't sit there and just boo him quite yet, man. I'm just telling you, this guy's got some talent. He's got some real good talent. Kobe Buffkin out of Michigan. Michigan went to the Atlanta Hawks at 15. Man, this is a crazy, crazy, crazy draft night, man. This is exactly though. This is exactly what happens though when you got so many fans. I know, Brian, you've seen this too. Throughout the week, I know everybody was talking about it. Everybody was talking about how, you know, what the Pels were gonna do. Were they gonna trade Brandon to Charlotte? Were they gonna trade Zion to Charlotte? Were they gonna trade Zion to Portland? You know, what was the Pelicans gonna do? And man,
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, there was a point that the noise got so loud, and everybody was talking about it so much that you even might have had to believe it, for a moment there. But once again, this just goes to show that you just can't believe every single thing you see on the internet, man. You gotta trust in your basketball team. You gotta know who your team is. First of all, you gotta know who your GM is. And David Griffin said this, you know, at the offseason, he wasn't gonna go ahead and do anything to, but he was gonna go ahead and improve this roster so that this team can go ahead and be a championship competing team. So
Right.
I'm happy right now. I'm glad that the Pelicans didn't do nothing. No nothing drastic. They didn't change this roster up so bad to where this team looks entirely different, and we're sitting there saying to ourselves that, hey, we got to start all over again. Look, nobody wants to go back to 2019 when we drafted Zion Williamson and we started all over basically. It took us a
Exactly.
couple seasons to get to this point. You know, it took us a little minute. It took us a minute to get somebody like CJ McCollum's caliber, So nobody wants to
Mhm.
go ahead and wait no longer. I'm trying to compete for championships. I want to be a part of the playoffs. I want to be a part of, seeing my team, seeing the Smoothie King Center packed up,
Yeah, no more.
that's just me. I don't know about you, Brian.
Yeah, I don't want to see. I don't even want to see no more playing. I just want to see them get like a top 5 seed, and then it's
Right,
like I'm back. I want to see what they're gonna do in free agency because they got we do got some money to spend. So like I said, we gotta. The key is add a few vets. You ain't gotta overspend and spend on some of these players and stuff like that. Now, but, just get the best fit that's gonna help the
right.
team out. That's what it's about.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what it's all about at the end of the day, man. And I think that's what the NBA to now today. That's why you see a lot of small market teams. They overthink now. They think now all you got to do is blow it up, or you got to get a star.
Mhm.
And look, sometimes you need to do what the Denver Nuggets did. The Denver Nuggets. Let's be honest, guys. The Denver Nuggets were in the playoffs for 3, 4, 5 seasons. This wasn't they first rodeo in the playoffs trying to get to the
Right,
championship. But
right.
did they give up? No, they did not give up on their roster. They kept the same guys, just kept adding pieces to that roster until finally this year it all came together and they won them a championship. The Pelicans can
Yeah.
do the
Nope.
exact same thing. And that's what the Pelicans fans are just not patient. We're not patient as a fan base. We just want to
You
see,
know,
us
but
throw a team together.
I ain't gonna cut you off, but because the majority of half our people that's Pels fans is like Lakers fans, so they thinking that the Pels should
Yes.
move like the Lakers, and that's not possible. But I've been watching how Denver was, and Denver when they went through the rebuild, even when they had Kenyon Martin and they had Melo
Right.
and they had Henny, but that was still like an all drafted roster that they had. They
Right. Right.
it never really been, they'll go and sign a few big people, but they really didn't go all out. So like
Right.
I seen when it was working when they had Yoki and when they had Murray, it built everybody around Yoki. So if he have an
Right.
off night, you got Murray, you got everybody else that's stepping up.
Right. That's great. I look, that's basketball, Brian. See, that's why you on here, Brian. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm talking about. Look, man, that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what I'm talking about, man. Fans today, if you looking to listen at them, they think that you can go ahead and just get stars on stars and add stars to the team and put players on a team that may not have played with each other and think that it's just gonna fit together. We saw examples of the Nets. Heck, we just saw the Phoenix Suns last season. How you just throw a team together and think that, oh, they're just gonna automatically be champions. No, it doesn't work like that in the league. They're all going Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and Harden they need more than just themselves. They need a full entire team. They're all going
Yep.
Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Aiton. They need more than just them. They need an entire team, and that's why I said, when the Phoenix Suns just made this trade for Bradley Beal, I'm not afraid of no Phoenix Suns. This doesn't make them any scarier than what they were last year because they're in the same position that they was last season. They don't have a full team. They don't have a bench. People
See,
don't realize you need of course you need your starting five, but you need a bench, man. You
mhm,
need a supporting cast, a role players, man, and that's what Denver did. They kept losing, yeah, in the playoffs, but they kept building. They kept finding players. They kept finding players to put right there with Jokic and Jamal Murray. And guess what? They got a championship right now.
yep. And if you notice too, they was always like in the top 5 or top 6 in the playoffs every year. Like just like during
Every
the previous
single year.
year, they was number
Right.
2 last year, and this year it was number 1.
Right, exactly. And that's why I'm saying the Pelicans. This is how I don't think a lot of Pelicans fans realize how close we are. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we are literally a Zion Williamson injury away from being really maybe. I'm not going to say the top seed. I'm gonna give it to Denver and say that they were going to be the number one seed, but we could have been a top three seed. We could have
Mm,
been a top three seed this season, last season. We could have been a top three seed if Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson were healthy all season, man. I mean,
yep.
we were the number one seed when Zion Williamson was just out there with C.J. McCollum and Brandon Ingram was hurt. I mean, this team has that much talent and that much potential, and I don't think fans
Mm,
realize that. I think they're just so frustrated that Zion has been out a lot, and I agree. I agree with that. I agree that hey, doggone Zion needs to be available more. He needs to
yep.
doggone at least be playing 65 games per season. But at
Yep.
the same time, too, you can't sit there and act like this kid is not important to your team and that you can't win a championship with this guy.
Exactly. And then early in the year when he was playing, and how everybody was complaining, oh, he was too big, knocking him out the way and everything. And that was like when we was just dominating like that. So that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know. It's just that I just see this year, I didn't see Zion at least playing. I'm gonna give him like maybe 72 games or something like that. And I
Mm,
just see the Pels being in the top 5. I mean, they changed the training staff and everything now. So it's a possibility. It's gonna really be like I said, a special season when they really are gonna be like in the top 5 seed.
right. Jason, hey, you hit on a great point here. Small market teams must build through the draft. That's a great point. You look if you're in a big market, you don't have to worry about the draft so much because you're really basing off of your name of your city. Okay, if you're a New York Knicks, if you're a Los Angeles Laker, you're a Miami Heat, you're et cetera. You feel like you can get superstars to your team based off of your city alone. See, teams like New Orleans, teams like Denver, teams like Milwaukee, these small market teams, y'all, they have to learn how to build through the draft. They have to learn to stick with doggone being patient and working themselves up that way instead of trying to be a big market team and thinking that they can go ahead and get stars on their team and then eventually these stars leave their team. You know, so that's a great point there, man. That huge point there. I see every 504 in the chat. He said Bronze hold it down in the chat. He said hold it down, man. I guess he didn't lost connection for us and everything. But man, like I
Yep.
said, man, this is I'm excited, man. I'm glad this night, kind of went the way that it
Mm,
went. It didn't go ahead and go off the rails. It didn't go hectic. You didn't see, everybody, wanted to see Scoot Henderson go, over there. But logically, let's just be honest, guys. Every team did what they were supposed to do. Okay, if you were the Charlotte Hornets, you got to be happy with what you did today because if you drafted Scoot Henderson, you know, it wasn't gonna work out. Okay, Lamelo is a point guard. Okay, and he doesn't need another point guard next to him. Okay, Brandon Miller fits a lot better next to Lamelo Ball. Portland. I think, they did the correct thing, which was go ahead and do their due diligence and get the young player, man. Look, I understand Damian Lillard, is pressuring you to win right now. But look, let's just be honest right now. They see reality. They feel like, hey, we're not in a position right now to win right now, and make and win a championship, So let's go ahead and just rebuild this roster and let's figure out a way to get Dame to where he want to be at right now.
You know,
And that's smart.
scary, the scariest thing is though, because if they trade Dame off, that's gonna alienate their fan base because that's the only reason why a lot of them go to the game because of Dame. But at the same time, Dame stayed loyal to them. So I know his career is kind of like winding down to the end. So I
Yeah,
mean, it's still. I think Portland is still like in a big rebuilding phase. Even when they traded away some of the pieces last year. So I still
yeah,
think they're in the midst of that. So it's kind of like they don't want to necessarily say that, but yeah, they really are in a rebuilding phase.
yeah. See, and that's exactly what it is, Bronze. They don't want to admit that right now, because exactly to the point that, hey, they don't want to admit to their fans right now. They don't want to lose their fans at games. What
Mm-hmm.
fan base wants to see a rebuild? We would us right now. If the Pelicans decided to blow it up right now, I guarantee you that the fan base at the games and the attendance would go down because
Yep.
no team wants to go through a rebuild. Okay, it just it's uncompetitive. You got to wait so long for these guys to get good. But in saying that, Portland knows that, hey, we're not going to sit there and convince ourselves that we're going to compete for championships right now. And I,
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, too, shout out to Dame. Dame has been loyal. You got to give it to Dame. Dame is a lot better than a lot of players that we know in this league. Kevin Durant, even LeBron James. LeBron James left, the Cavs. He didn't even, decide to stay with the Cavs. So he's a lot better than a lot of players. But Dame has to look at this situation and say, man, Portland has to do what's best for them, and I got to do what's best for me. If I want to win a championship one day, and I know I don't want to be sitting there around these young cats, and Portland right now is trying to go ahead and do their own thing, go in another direction. It's time for me to go ahead and move on. Instead of trying to go ahead
Yep.
and sit there and act like not to hurt. And I feel like he's trying to say the right things because he doesn't want to hurt his fan base in Portland. He loves Portland and everything. But
Mm-hmm.
even CJ McCollum last year was like, I just knew it was time. He didn't want to hurt, Portland by leaving and everything, but he knew it was time to go. Portland is just not competitive right now. And I
Right.
hate to say this. I hate to say this. Miami is the team to watch right now, man. I would love for us to go get them, but Miami might be the guys to go ahead and get that deal done over there for Dame.
Yeah, but the only problem with Miami is that they don't want just Tyler. I think they want Tyler Hero, and I think they want but they still trying to Lowry in there too. But I think they're gonna have to get them at least another good starting caliber person besides just that. That seems like
Right,
we just
right.
trying to get.
Yeah, it's gonna be some repercussions for wanting some a Damian Lillard. But I feel like if you're Miami, look, you made it all the way to the championship, this year. You feel like you're one guy away. And I believe that too. I feel like they are one guy away. And Damian Lillard makes them a different basketball team and makes them a championship basketball team. Um, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you're probably gonna lose a Tyler Hero, but we all make sacrifices. We were just talking about, hey, dog, talking about losing Brandon Ingram or Zion Williamson. You got to do what you
Right.
got to do if you want somebody in this league. So if you feel like it's worth it, then you got to go ahead and cut the cord, man, and go ahead and just decide and pull the trigger. So that's how I
Yep.
feel about it. If I were them.
But that's the only thing. Is just like with Ingram and them, they kind of like that's the only stars that we do really have because you're gonna really see like, but we basically only got like about maybe 20 games or so, maybe 15 or 20 games, and him and Zion was playing, and you saw how
Right.
dominant it was. But like I said, it's like we really never got a full potential to really see them two play together in a full season together. So it's kind of like when you saw that year we had traded for Cousins and we had
Mhm.
AD and how dominant that nobody was able to get in that center and none of that. And you had Rondo, shoot on the perimeter along with Drew.
Right.
So we was rolling there. Yeah. So now you get a healthy Zion and Ingram, plus you got Trey Murphy and all them, and who we just drafted now. Now we should be lights out shooting now.
Yes, exactly, man. I can say I I really feel like we all gonna have these naysayers. We all gonna have these Pelicans fans that's gonna be upset and groaning and talking about the Pelicans was
Yep.
they did this, they did that, they shouldn't have done that, they shouldn't have done this. But I'm gonna tell you right now, we gonna come back to this moment. We definitely gonna come back to this moment, and we're gonna look back at it, and we're gonna say this time, well, really this time next year, your next draft, and we're gonna look back at it and we're gonna say to ourselves, man, the Pelicans did a good job. I believe that. I really feel like the Pelicans. We're gonna look back and say the Pelicans did a good job. They made the right decision and they should have stayed. Whether we win a championship or not, just based off what we just did, I believe the Pelicans are going to be a playoff basketball team. And if we're not a championship team quite yet, fine. But as long as we are a playoff basketball team, that's all that you wanted. That's
Yep.
all you can want right now as a Pelicans fan. That's what we're trying to get to. We're trying to be a consistent playoff basketball team right now. And that's what you want, man. So I I don't know what Pelicans fans want. I don't know. I don't know what Pelicans fans else want from David Griffin because David Griffin right now has been dealt the toughest situation I believe in the damn NBA where you got somebody is Zion's caliber, and you've been waiting so long for this guy to play and everything, and you had all these little social media antics and stuff, and
Mhm.
you had what just happened to you last year. You just lost in the play-in tournament. I mean, so I'm just saying, David Griffin had a tough job on him, but you got to give him credit, man. He's been swinging. He's been doing everything he can and to bring this team into a competitive state. So it's not on him. He's even fired the whole medical staff.
Yep.
So at this point, it's not even going to be on him. At this point, it's on the players at this point. So, like I said, depending on what happens this upcoming season with these players, with Zion and Brandon, if they don't
Mhm.
produce, then you just cut the cord. It's as easy as that. What's wrong with waiting an extra year? I can wait an extra year. Uh, you know,
Yep. Yep. Like I said, you have a good year this year, and that just carries over to the following year, and it's not gonna be on a consistent basis. So now people gonna start saying that, oh, shoot, we're gonna start adding more pieces. We're gonna come sign with the Pels and do this and do that. So that's how you start to build it up like that.
exactly, and that's why I said you really start to turn yourself into Denver. Like if we just get ourselves in the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
okay, no matter where we finish, okay, obviously we want to get at least further than the first round, but let's just say that happens. We stay stuck in the first round. Okay, cool. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You build from that. Okay. Because now you are a playoff basketball team. Now you can get there and you can feel comfortable, with going forward with this basketball team. You can do what
Yep.
Denver did, which is add more pieces, add little pieces to your team, and all your team does is get better from there. And like I said, a couple of years from that, maybe not even a couple of years, maybe a year, an extra year, and you find
Mm.
yourself as champions. Like I don't think fans even realize how great seeing what the Denver Nuggets did was good for us, as Pelicans fans. Like, this, if you're looking at the Denver Nuggets and what they just did this past season, you're saying to yourself, this could be us. This could be the
Yep.
Pelicans. This gives you hope. This gives you
Yep.
hope. Yeah, because at a moment we always thinking, man, like there's no way, the small market teams have a chance. But now, but now we saw Giannis even take the Bucks. We saw how many years, we saw people asking for Giannis to go ahead and get traded out of the Bucks and everything. But
Mm-hmm.
guess what? The Bucks stood pat and they believed in themselves and they got themselves a championship. So when you look at the
Yep.
teams like the Bucks and you look at the teams like the Nuggets, you look at yourself and you say, "Hey, we can do this. This ain't no super team league where everybody has to be a superstar to win a championship. You can actually build through the draft." So
Yep.
I'm loving it, me.
Yep, and that's all I'm saying. Like we just got a habit in this city of trying to give up on the stars so fast. We never. It's like besides football, but in basketball, we really do be trying to give up on our stars and then be like, oh, we need to add some firepower to the team. But I just think honestly though, you just gotta kind of like wait and see how Zion's situation is because like I
Yeah,
said, he did get himself back in shape. But then again, like I said, we don't really know what really happened to the point where he had that hamstring problem. So
right,
it was I kind of like you kind of bam a little on the training staff because nowadays you can't kind of like it don't really take you like a whole half a year to really heal from it, but just depending on
right.
what it is. But I just think now they got a chance in case something do happen, it might be a little better to help him get back and better help with it. But I mean, honestly, I just think he gonna prove a lot this year to staying healthy. And like I said, I'm just gonna give him a good, good 70 games. I mean, that's all I can really aim for.
He got no choice, Bronson, but to go up. After going through what he's gone through in the league so far. Let's name Giannis Antetokounmpo and let's name Joel Embiid. Okay, now Joe, I'm a name Joel Embiid because Joel Embiid is very similar to Zion. Joel Embiid went through the same amount of injury time as Zion. Okay. And Zion, quite honestly, actually played more games than Joel Embiid. Let's just say, the 76ers gave up on Joel Embiid. Embiid could be a star for somebody else and could be biting the 76ers in the butt right now. That just shows. Not to cut myself off, but Jason just reported at the LSU Tigers win 2-0 in the bottom of the 11 by Tommy Tanks for a home run. Man, the Tigers are going back to the finals in the College World Series. Man, that is awesome. That was a hell of a game, man. That's crazy. But man,
Hell yeah.
but back to what I was saying though, man, you see how patient, the 76ers was with Joel Embiid, same thing that can happen, for Zion. Now let's look at Giannis Antetokounmpo. People didn't expect Giannis Antetokounmpo to be, as the great as he is. I know I didn't. He came in as a skinny dude and worked
Mm-hmm.
his way up. Doggone, he worked his way up and doggone and got himself stronger and everything. So you don't think Zion Williamson can't, and like I said, he's 23 years old like me, with a lot of money in his pocket. You know, we don't know what goes on with him behind closed doors and stuff like that. But you don't think this
Mm-hmm.
kid cannot grow and get mature and start managing himself better? Come on now, man. Let's stop going ahead and giving up on these kids so fast, and then start wondering why
Right.
why they do so well when they leave us. You know, like I don't want to be that team every time we get a star and they don't do good as quickly as we wanted to, and then they wind up leaving us and doing better with other teams, and we looking stupid in the end. Let's be
Yeah.
patient. Let's go about it differently.
I'm tired of that too, bro. I'm definitely tired of it because like every time somebody leave us, they go off and do good somewhere
Yeah,
else.
I mean, come
But
on,
you know what?
like New Orleans fans gotta be tired of this, man. New Orleans fans gotta be tired of the same old stories, man. Like we always get some good star on our team, and
Mhm.
we always got somebody that's great that come into the city, give us hope, that they're gonna do well, man, and they do wind up doing well, but they just not as fast as we want them to be. So we wind up shipping them off to somewhere, and they wind up, getting championships somewhere. Drew Holiday got a
So,
championship. Anthony Davis got a championship. Chris Paul is working on one. I mean, Chris Paul is close. I mean, he's
mm,
closer than what we've ever been as a franchise to get one. So, like I said, man, like all of our star players that we've had on our team has gotten one, or gotten close to getting one. Why can't we, as a franchise, get one? You know, that's all I'm
yep.
asking for. I'm asking for us to be patient, man.
I never forget Chris Paul for what he did when he left from us. And because the problem was, the problem I have with it is that when we had Darren Collison and we had Marcus Thornton, and when Chris Paul got hurt, and
Yeah,
Marcus Thornton used to come out there and they played the LSU team and all that other stuff,
yeah,
and that was like them two was like lights out shooting. But when Chris
yes.
Paul came back, he was basically had it to the point where we had to trade one of them because he was feeling like the shine was coming off of him. But like that's when
Right.
we had that was like one of the best drafts that we had adding them
Oh,
to.
I remember that, man. Darren Collison, man. Lord God, that was my dog, man, when he was playing with
Yep.
us, man. I remember that, man. Like, look, I just feel like, that is a prime example of us, not being patient, not
Mm,
sitting there and Lord going looking at what we have and sitting there trying to go ahead and ship everything off. And those guys wind up having good careers for themselves.
yep.
It's crazy how that stuff plays out, man. Like now, I'm gonna say this too. Going forward for these Pelicans too. Now it don't stop here. Okay, we just got Jordan Hawkins in the draft. Um, now look, I wouldn't mind going into the season starting Jordan Hawkins at point guard. I wouldn't mind it.
Can
But
y'all hear me?
oh, we can finally hear
Yep.
you. You finally got yourself back in here,
Nah,
huh?
that's because I came from Chief Peter Notified Fuck.
Oh my goodness. Go,
I,
Appreciate you.
Chief.
I couldn't even get in. Maybe because your ass just starts me when you come into my
Oh
house.
my
That's
gosh,
that.
man. How
I think
how
that's
you
the
feeling
problem
about
because you
Jordan
become
Hawkins, man?
you come into my goddamn chat.
How you feeling about Jordan Hawkins, man? I know you see Bronze in the chat with me, man. He been holding it down for you.
Well, I don't know what happened because I've been messed up.
Oh well, Jordan Hawkins is now your
Oh,
your yeah,
oh,
yeah,
not you do know that was one of the New Orleans Pelicans' top picks. Okay, if you go
yeah.
look at the draft board, of the Pelicans were looking at Hawkins is a bona fide shooter,
Yes,
and
sir.
Hmm.
it's kind of crazy that his name is Hawkins because every Hawkins ever known is a shooter. Okay, we can go back to all the old Hawkins. You know what I'm saying? The Pelicans
Hershey
just
Hawkins.
upgraded, huh?
I think his name was Hershey Hawkins or something. Not Hershey Hawkins.
Hershey, I know. See, you in my you right here. You in my age grade right now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why I got so much connection with your bronze because you and I have been on. You know what I'm saying? Because you understand. Okay, this Hawkins
Yep.
here is better than Hershey. This dude here can actually get to the basket and actually can shoot. I've been watching this cat, and I'm not doing this because I'm a Pelican fan and I'm so excited. I actually watch the tape. Okay, so when you watch the tape, you can actually see the player. Okay, the young
Hmm.
man is actually underrated as a goddamn player. Bro, he should have been the sixth player in the draft. The dude is that good.
I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
that's what
Appreciate you.
The dude is that good.
I was saying. I was telling Bronze, I'm like, man, I'm so surprised this kid fell as
He
far as he
fell.
did. You
Because these
know,
names, and let's be honest, EJ, this draft is a no-name draft. It is. Because when the top three players that you only talk about through the whole top three, let's just be honest, they talked about who? They talked about the kid Wobbly, and they talked because I can't even pronounce his name. But then
Wimbenyama, yeah. Well,
they
it
talked
was
about Brandon
between,
Miller
yeah, Brandon Miller and Scoot Henderson.
and Square Anderson.
Yeah,
Nobody else
Yep.
was talked about.
right.
But what we saw, who won a championship, who just won a championship, was Joker. Joker was not even, he was a second rounder. So
Right.
sometimes in the later draft, you find these complete players.
Right.
Yep.
Man, look, you make a big point with that. That's great. Like I said, I'm initially that I didn't want to tell nobody that, but I because I didn't think he was gonna last that long on the board. But that was the guy I was looking for. I was looking for Jordan Hawkins. I wanted him to fall to us, and lo
And
and
now the
behold,
Pelicans become a shooting team, right? They're just going to be able to, because what you do with Zion, you penetrate the basket.
right.
You able to see. This is what we don't understand. If we can ever get a healthy Zion Williamson and a healthy Brandon Ingram, that is fucking unstoppable.
Say that.
Ain't
Say that.
nobody can tell me that, Bronze.
Say that.
There's nobody can tell me that the Pelicans are guardable with these two guys. And you have a Trey Murphy, and then
Yep.
you're dealing with a Herb Jones on the defensive side of the ball. And let's not sleep on a veteran, McCullum. We got I think Kyra Lewis, they believe in Kyra Lewis. I think that Kyra Lewis, for what I'm hearing in training camp, and what Kyra Lewis broke his leg. And people think, and he sat out the whole season. Kyra Lewis was a #1 draft pick point guard.
Mhm.
Our point guard is in the building. It's just that shit. He didn't get that shot.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Pelicans going to go with Kyra. Let Kyra run that point guard. Let Alvarado come off the bench. I think the Pelicans are better than what we know.
Yep.
I think honestly though, and I was about to bring this point up before you even came back on. I think honestly the Pelicans aren't done here, and as far as point guard, look at free agency. Okay, everybody keep an eye on free agency and what's out there.
You're talking about Van Vliet. I know what
No, and not just Van Vliet. Any one of them point guards that are out on the market, I think the Pelicans, just to solidify that spot, they're going to look at point guard, and they're also going to look at center. They have to look at somebody that's going to replace, which I think they're going to get rid of Jackson and Willie Herman Gomez. I know Herman Gomez is going to be gone for sure, but Jackson Hayes is a question mark.
I don't think Herman Gomez in a trade yet.
Well, Herman Gomez is already a free agent. He's already walking.
That's a bad loss for us. That's a bad loss because they're Europe. Let me tell you something. I know he ain't sexy, but he was the MVP. He was the MVP. And some of the things that when people don't understand in the Europe League, you see Joker. We kind of see Joker as fantastic, but he was not the most valuable player in the Europe League. In the Europe League was Herman Gomez. Gomez dominated the Europe League. He was the MVP. And the Pelicans don't see that. We want these guys. I think if you put them in a position, man, we got to sign this cat back, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I would let him. Jackson Hayes go because this guy has fundamentals. And if Jackson don't complete it this year, dog, it's really gonna be a disappointment for the Pelicans.
Well, that's what we're gonna find out in free agency.
And I love Jackson. Y'all know I talked about Jackson all the time about if he can get an offensive game, Bronze, if he can finally put that shit together, because he's the most athletic guy on the team, not Zion. It's actually Jackson.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
He can shot block and do everything.
He can do every single thing you want him to do athletically. It's just the problem is it's not consistent enough. And what we're gonna find out is what David Griffin thinks about him. And going forward, if we're gonna see if they're gonna find somebody to go ahead and replace him. Because Mr. Big Val in the middle, man, he needs help. And we all know it. We can't sit there and have him out there tired like that, like we did last season. And shout out to Big Val because every time Brandon Ingram was down, every time Zion Williamson was down, the guy that we kept, sleeping on, but always kept on and kept us in the game. Big Valanciunas. He always brought it every single night.
Once again, if you're in the chat and you're following us, please subscribe to Brian's. The brother is a Aborigine brother of mine, and he be on that shit, and he's also a Louisianian. Okay, he's from where you from, Baton Rouge, brother?
I'm from right out the end of the Ninth Ward.
Wait, he know the finest. So that's one of the things I want you to know. This brother here is Nola finest, and matter of fact, man, dog, I ain't gonna lie, your channel, I think your channel is underrated. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. Some of the stuff I be listening to you and some of the stuff that you report. I mean, I really believe that people we really like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm not just saying it because you're my friend and some of the things that you follow with me. I think your information is like impeccable, bro. It's just really like a badass. So it is what it is.
But Chief, you know how they put us like out the algorithm when we speak too much?
Oh, they do me and you. I ain't gonna lie to you. You and I, we banned it from as far as algorithm on YouTube. We can only go. We can only get to 83. No, sometimes I go viral, but there are only certain things they'll let go viral with us, and they'll stop that shit.
They take
so we gonna
y'all
tell
out
too
the
much of the truth.
spotlight. They take y'all out the limelight, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, they'll do that over here on the baddest. That's why we got to be careful what we say here, okay? Because it has to be subliminal words, and they will shadow ban us. That's why here. I don't do all that stuff I do over there, okay? So I won't ever mess up this channel. But I know you wonder why your daddy don't go past 3,000. I mean, because I'm probably like don't care, okay, over there. But here I care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
if I go to TikTok, I go viral quick, and I almost hit 20, and then they took that one off. So, whatever.
And Chief, when I go on Instagram too, because I got like close to like 5K people on Instagram, so it's kind of like I can get away with certain things on there, but like here. And it's so crazy how they just like, they'll give you like maybe 10 or 15, maybe 30 some people, and you be having way more views than that.
Oh yeah, they don't like hearing what we gotta say, Bronze, because I talk about that even on Facebook. I mean, I'm a 5,000. They don't want to let us go no further than that. And then on Facebook, you gotta follow me on Facebook and come over to Facebook because the Baddest Sports Show podcast is even bigger over there, huh, EJ?
Yeah, we gotta get you in the
started
group,
there.
man.
We started there.
I'm on Facebook. I'm gonna follow y'all.
Oh, all right. Well, good. We gotta make sure you.
No, we big over there, but over here we just we scratching the surface, and people don't know us. But a lot of them dudes kept. EJ, would you even say that a lot of them people that you see big on these podcasts copied us off the Baddest Sports Show? Because we was the original ones on the Baddest Sports Show. As far as Facebook, we started Facebook.
League, man. It's a copycat
yeah, they copied us, man. And I ain't gonna lie, they took their podcast to another level, but they used a lot of my information. I ain't gonna lie, Brian. I was the original dude on Facebook, but go back and look at my history. Go look at all the stuff I did. And all these podcasters that are out there, they emulated me. So whatever.
Well, I believe
they didn't get no shout outs and do shit.
I definitely believe it.
I ain't bitter, Brian, but I'm fucked up mad.
Yep.
Man, you gotta be not to even change the subject like that though, but you gotta be happy for Mr. Jordan Hawkins, man. That man was.
And I'm happy for Big Q. I'm happy for Big Q, and that's my brother. I love Big Q. Big Q, shout out to you. He the only nigga, the only brother I know. Whatever.
But you know what? That too, I'm happy about.
And shout out to TJ Jones. I like you too, dude. But some things that we disagree on. But I like you too, TJ.
But Chief, what the thing I'm happy about too is that we still haven't mortgaged off like the future. So like the Pels still got like a lot of their first round picks for the coming years. I know we gave away a lot of them rounders, but I'm still glad. We still got some of the I think the Lakers first round picks the next 2 years too. I think, but I'm just happy we didn't mortgage off that. Still just like keep drafting that young talent just to keep developing them. They're all gonna be stars though.
Oh man, you ain't lying, man. You ain't lying. And EJ, I told you, man, this team here is as we better off than what we were with Dell Dempsey and them, bro. We got
Oh yeah.
like
Look, do people
Yeah,
want to go back to the Dell Dims days? Do they really want
oh
to go
hell
back
no,
no.
to
oh hell no.
like come on now. Like they gotta stop it with this overreaction, man. Like I understand everybody want to go ahead and want to see Zion and them healthy. I agree with you. But don't damn
Mhm.
try to blow up my team just because you mad that they sat out a couple of seasons. All right, injuries are a part of the game, man. Y'all gotta
Right.
realize that these aren't robots out there playing basketball. These are human beings. Injuries happen, okay? And all going, look, you got to learn to be patient in basketball. Most importantly, you got to be patient in
Well,
basketball.
Brian said something to you earlier. He said most of Louisiana has a lot of Laker fans, and when I was
Yeah,
young, EJ, when I was young, I wasn't rooting for the Lakers. I rooted. Actually, you was rooting for the Lakers because you like Kobe. But
yeah,
you know how Daddy used to fuss at you, and I used to tell you, I said, son, I did the opposite. I went for the Portland Trailblazers. I was a Clyde Drexler fan,
yeah,
and even over Jordan,
yeah.
and people gave me hell. And I told him, I said, I just love the Portland. It was more of a team
Mhm.
thing where then you see the publicity with Jordan and Scotty and them, and I always was a guy. I'm a Blazer mania, man. I was Blazer mania, young kid, loved Blazer mania. That
Mhm.
was a time where Blazers. People don't know this. Blazers was on top, man. Blazers and the Lakers, they were going back and forth in the Western Conference, and I know basketball back then, and I remember Terry Porter. I remember Jerome Kersey. I remember my brother Robinson, Cliff Robinson, he had the
Right.
headband on his ass and Duckworth. How much is a duck is worth? Quack, 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 and all this shit. You heard me? So I know I go way back, and then when and I could appreciate Mike because Mike took us out. Mike was a guy. That's why I can't never, with you youngsters talking about LeBron. I saw Michael Jordan. I saw Michael. And y'all can sit there and talk that shit. Mike led that team when he ain't had nobody. Mike was in the playoffs and even missed the playoffs, but he was scoring like 39 a game.
Yep.
Go ahead on Brian. I look,
Unstoppable.
you know damn well LeBron was not a klutz like, bro. This dude, he made me cry when he did it to Drexler. And Drexler was my guy.
Yep. Yeah, that was one of the best eras. Like Michael Jordan, they had about 3, 4 people on him. This man still was able to take their game winning shot, never
And
lost.
Scotty only pissed off, Rise.
Mm-hmm.
Scotty is a battered man who's mad because his old lady was fucking the man son. Yeah, goddamn well, Scotty, shame on you. Because you're mad because Michael Jordan's son was tearing that ass up, and you couldn't tear that ass up. So stop it, Scotty. Scotty, you know fucking well, right? Michael is the greatest player. You just, and Scotty, he wouldn't have won them championships without you.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I always felt that Scotty, you right there with him. But you're
yeah.
a bitch. And I want you to know, Scotty, you're a bitch. And I want people to know that Allen Iverson would have won multiple championships if he had a Scotty. Okay? Allen
Yeah,
was a damn badass.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Look,
I don't disagree that. Well, goddamn, LeBron,
I just think it's just
the
two
Dwayne
different
Wade,
eras,
man.
man. It's two different eras. That the NBA today is not defensive like it was back in the day.
No,
Today
no.
it's an offensive game. It's catered to the offensive players, and LeBron did not have to see the mighty Detroit Pistons coming at him, whacking him in his head or nothing like that. So I just think if Jordan was in this era, he's easily scoring probably or averaging 50 points per game easily.
Wow. Wow.
So it,
Wow.
we, 'cause
EJ, you know there was no that they flop now. Jordan gonna throw that bitch up and
oh
knock it down.
yeah, that,
And you know who was closer to Jordan? It was Kobe Bryant. And I didn't like
yeah,
that little motherfucker. I didn't
yeah,
like his ass. And I'm not gonna give no sympathy because he passed away. But he because that son of a gun was Mike. That
yeah.
son of a gun
He
was
modeled
Mike.
his exact game
He modeled his
after Mike.
game. If I ever watch a kid that LeBron was never Mike. LeBron was Magic.
Never.
LeBron is a better Magic, a 6'9" guy who can do better passes. Listen, LeBron is a Magic upgrade with Magic, and I get who else?
Overrated
Even
to me.
You know, Magic won. One of the things you know, if LeBron never went through the gates of hell. He never went
Nope.
through the gates. He went except that one time when he went over there and he won his championship finally when he came back.
right.
I give him credit, man. When he came back and won that championship for Cleveland, that's the best of LeBron.
Yeah, yeah. That's
But
that's.
but let's not act like LeBron is some of these guys we named, dog, because we watch
Hell
history.
no.
And I gave you many films, son. You are my son, and you seen the legacy of life.
Well, that's why I tell a lot of people my age, to go ahead and do your research. Everybody,
Mm.
they talk about, hey, they
You had an
grew up watching.
almanac, huh, son?
They
Tell the people you had an almanac.
they talk about watching,
My child had an almanac.
LeBron and growing up watching LeBron. But look at what we on right now, the platform we on, YouTube. Like you can go up easily right now on YouTube, hit the search bar and watch these guys. Watch these great players back in the day. And you can go see for your own self and go ahead and see where, if there was or not, instead of just going off of your own opinion and saying, "Oh, because I grew up watching LeBron James, he's the best." No, you just only saying that because you grew up in watching him.
That's
If
right.
Mm.
but if you
Right.
go ahead and do your research,
Right.
and instead of sitting there and all going just assuming all the time, go ahead and pick up a doggone your phone. Everybody's on their phone these days. They
EJ
got
used to
technology,
watch. EJ used
you
to
know.
watch NBA on the NBA channel. That's why I know he was going to be great at this because he'd always done his homework on these. My son would watch Dave the Butcher. He would watch these white boys for Boston, and he would just sit there in the living room. We were like, Ethan, what the fuck you watching? That's old school. And he does his homework.
Look,
Good.
And
That's good.
because
I go
they're not
ahead.
going to out debate him because they don't
I
know
study the
history.
game.
Kendrick
I,
Perkins is shitty. Well, he don't even belong on the platform of ESPN right now.
Hell
Let's
no.
see what Kendrick Perkins. Kendrick Perkins got the makeup shit.
I'm so tired of his ass.
Fat motherfucker.
He said, "Keep you heard what he was saying." He said, something about Zion getting traded. Oh yeah, that'd be the best thing for Zion to leave New Orleans.
He even
right,
said that we should leave the
right,
city. The
right.
Yeah.
team, and
So tired of
he
his ass.
hasn't gave no money back to New Orleans. For remember he said he was gonna do the charity and all that. He lied,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
bitch, fat, sloppy, hanging, that motherfucking bitch.
Oh my goodness, man.
I'm sorry, this
Ah,
is YouTube. We can cuss, and I'm gonna tell you
oh
this.
man.
But let me tell you something. Boy, your dad, you ain't used to your dad cussing like this. But see, Brian's is because I come over here all nice and shit. But see, Brian's know what the fuck I do.
Yep. He be
That's
going
why
off.
I'm blackballed.
Hey man, look, like I said, man, it's nobody, everybody lazy today, man. They don't want to do
Stevie,
their
they
research.
snitch.
They don't want to do their research. They just want to go ahead and just and say what they want to say and act like they know it all and everything. All you got to do is experience things for yourself. Experience is the best teacher, man. Go ahead. If you don't believe in something, all you got to do is figure it out yourself.
Okay,
Yeah.
Egypt, we gotta take care of our sponsors right now, and this is brought to you by Tequila.
This man.
Um, Tequila makes you feel good, and it makes you feel good.
This dude.
And some of you motherfuckers, you know, problems in the bed, whatever, you get yourself go on with tequila. You're getting old. I know you motherfucker getting old, but get you some tequila. That shit gonna stick in there.
This,
All right, all right. Brought in by the baddest sports show. Let me stop. I'm getting all crazy.
but yeah, man, doggone. We finally about to approach the end of this first round. They're actually still right now at the 22nd pick of this first round of the Brooklyn Nets and everything. I know it's taking a long damn time. It's Derek Whitehead out of Duke, point guard, went to the Brooklyn Nets and everything.
Where we going at second round, son?
I gotta actually see. I gotta see if we got.
No, I'm saying how far are we to the second round?
Oh, we are actually, let's see, 20, about 8 picks away from the second round. I'm not gonna let this show roll that long because we didn't already, yeah.
Oh hell no.
Yeah, we don't need to do all that. We already did like a first round. If y'all was there and available to watch our first round,
I'm crazy, Henry.
Did for the NFL draft. We did the whole first round for that.
Henry, subscribe. Henry, do me a favor, brother. Henry, subscribe to my brother on the panel, okay? And he gotta subscribe back to you. He's one of the best New Orleans brothers. I can't wait to get him all home. Come on over there and eat with us, EJ. Bring them down south, Browns. We gonna
you know how this man
Browns don't know how we act down south. Over there in Mississippi. In Mississippi. He don't know what we do over there. So Browns, we're gonna have to get you over here. We're gonna cook for you.
Definitely, I'll be there. I love the sip, dude.
You gotta do something crazy every damn live, so you know how that go, man. But yeah, man, we're about 8 picks away, from the end of this first round and everything. I think I'm gonna cut it off at about the 25th pick for Memphis. Cause I ain't gonna run it that damn long.
Do you agree that second round pick might be our better pick?
Huh?
Our second round pick might be that Jokic or somebody. You never know.
Well, I'm trying to figure out if we got a second round pick. Quite honestly, I'm trying to see that.
What about you, Brian? Do we have a second round pick?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out too, because I remember we traded away a few of those second round picks when we got
hang on. Let me see if we got one.
And then we got McCollum too.
Because I know we had got rid of a bunch of our second round picks when we traded for Josh Richardson. That's another guy. He's not coming back to the team, man. He underwhelmed very badly. I expected a lot better out of him.
What would you think about Buddy Hield coming back to the Pelicans?
I would love it.
I miss him. I think Buddy Hield would be great for the Pelicans. That he would be the guy that coming off the bench and replace when McCollum is slowing up. He would be the guy to bring us that energy back. What y'all think?
Yep. Oh, yeah. He never really got a chance though, because remember,
McCollum get aging up. McCollum is aging up.
You said it correctly, man. He did not get a chance, man. We gave up on him so quickly.
Why? Why, man?
Because we wanted Boogie. That's why.
Because we thought we had because remember we got him. I don't know. We got him in the second round, or was the first one we got AD?
It was the first round. It was first round.
Yeah, and it was like we had him and AD, and everybody was like, well, I don't know how that was going to work out too good. But like I said, he only lasted like maybe like a year or two, and we gave up on him too soon. And he went to the Kings. He was shining.
If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button. Also subscribe to the Baddest Sports Show podcast in the Deep South. Remember that we are all New Orleans, Crescent City Sports Talk.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so we do have a couple of second round picks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
we have about 2 of them.
Well, you know what? That might be that diamond in the rough.
We actually got one from the Warriors, and we have one from the Charlotte Hornets.
Wow, that's a high pick for the Charlotte Hornets. Then
Yeah. Oh,
it
and I
got to be a
remember
high pick for the Charlotte.
we gave those second rounds, some of those second rounds we had got from Milwaukee when we traded for Drew. So I think that's what we gave San Antonio. I think about
But if you're
2
getting one, Bronze, if you're getting one from Charlotte, I mean, you got to be getting something.
Yeah, it's a high pick. Yeah. But knowing the Pels, I said they probably might trade it one of these second rounders.
Yeah, unless it's somebody that they really eyeing and keying on, like how Herb fell, and
Mm-hmm.
and he was still on the board. Unless it's somebody like that, the Pelicans gonna they're definitely gonna go ahead and let the and trade one of those picks away. I don't see them, drafting all 3 of them. I see them though using one of those picks though.
Mm-hmm.
I do see that. I still see a lot of big names on this board, a lot of good names on this board. That's still on the board. So I don't know if they're gonna fall that far for the Pels to get in round 2. But like I said, the Pels, don't be surprised that they go ahead and they wind up getting somebody
All
that's
right, special announcement. Everett Jr. follow full. You make sure you bring me that Crown Royal when you see me. God damn it.
listen.
I'm still gonna be looking for your ass. I ain't letting you off the hook on it. But whatever. Go ahead.
Also, too, Keegan Murray's brother, Chris Murray, he just got drafted by the Blazers just now.
Y'all like Keegan Murray?
I'm trying to think who Keegan Murray was.
I saw him last year. I thought he was
Keegan Murray's the
Oh,
the 4 for Sacramento.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Do you like him?
The shooter?
You like him,
Hey,
nigga?
Bronze, I know you remember that boy. That boy was lighting us up when we played.
And to be honest with you, do you
hated
think the
that.
brother could be as good?
That's a good
Well,
question.
we gonna find out. But that
Because you know Giannis' brother ain't shit.
well that happens sometimes. But what makes him good is he's a shooter like his brother.
Now
So,
Steph Curry brother is good.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck what nobody say. And we had his ass.
Yep, I don't even want to talk about that. He was like the leading when we had this.
Why the hell we let him go,
We let him go.
Bronze?
We let him go.
I was cursing him out. I cursed him out. And that was on Dale Demps' ass because
to be honest with you, that man would have been good as Steph Curry if he would have stayed with us.
Yeah.
Y'all know what this tells me about Dame, man. Dame is about to leave, man. Portland. Portland just grabbed Scoot Henderson and Chris Murray, man. It's not looking good right now as far as
unless they changing their offensive scheme to a three guard.
Man, Dame is not trying to play with no youngsters right now. He trying to go win. He want to win a chip. I'm telling you right now. He watched.
Well, they know. Well, we do know one thing. Shut up, media. The Pelicans, y'all made it about the Pelicans for 2 weeks. Ingram.
Yeah.
How many times me and you went into the chat? People called me ridiculous. Jackie, where you at, Jackie? Where you at, Jackie Jenkins? Where your ass at, Donald Berry? You fucking idiot. Where y'all at? Because with the unbelievable shit y'all did in the chat, y'all try to call me a fan, and I'm just a fan. You know what? You know what? Where you at now? You suck. You suck. You suck. And you suck too. Where you at now?
That's what happens. They go quiet. They know where to be found.
Jason told their ass. Jason had a book. Y'all just be talking.
Yeah, Jason did go up on
You think you know, but you don't know.
on the group.
Like Jim Morris used to say.
He sure had a whole website for everybody.
A whole website the brother had. And this is Tequila Thursday.
The Sacramento Kings selected Olivier Maxence Prosper from Marquette forward.
I ain't heard nobody from overseas yet.
Besides Wimbenyama, the only one I seen from overseas was his teammate from France that went to he went to the Pacers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bilal Coulibaly.
Okay, we got a trade. Sacramento trade the 24th pick and the 29th pick. Wow, they trade both of these picks.
Oh, so that means they're gonna give them picks away. Well, that pick that they just made away to whoever's getting it.
See, y'all can't ever say the Baddest Sports Show podcast don't go long. We did it with the NFL draft, and now we're doing it now. And I can't wait till Brian's become a part of the panel and become a part of the team for the NFL game day.
Oh, shit, I'm
For the New
definitely.
Orleans.
Hey man, yeah, Brian, while you on here, and before we go ahead and get out,
We need to sign you. We want to sign you up, brother. We don't want you to be you're a free agent, and I know that a lot of other people calling for you, but we want to sign you up. Sign you up to the Battle Sports Show podcast, like they do with Fox and all these other people. You get what I'm saying? And we would love to have you a part of the team.
Cause
I'm with it.
I know we nearing the end of the live and everything. We at the 25th pick and everything.
And we about to get ready for the draft, and we would love you to be a part of the team.
But
brother.
I wanted to tell you, Brian. Well, actually, really, how you feeling about the Saints, man? I know we like to fit in the Saints a little bit, man, and I know the next thing that's coming up is training camp and everything. How are you feeling about the Saints, man?
Now we talking about going to the EJ and I are talking about going to training camp, so maybe you want to meet up with us.
Sure, I'm with it, Chief. And like from what I seen, I used to go there. I used to go there to the training camp like all the time. Too.
Our airline.
Yep. And but yeah, I'm like,
no, for real. I'm talking real shit. Me, EJ, you, and a couple of other guys. We talking about doing this thing. How EJ this shit?
Mm-hmm.
I'm with it. Like I said, I'm looking at how our team built now, and then like you finally was able to get somebody to come in there that know a little bit about the offense, because we already know Pete was kind of past his prime trying to run that offensive system. So at least you got you brought in Chucky, you got they added some pieces to the offense to try to help them get a little bit better. So,
I think that Pete Carmichael was it was a. I'm gonna tell you this with you and EJ. I think Pete Carmichael never had a quarterback. I think he like injured. When you talk about Jameis, you talk about with the system. The last time Pete Carmichael had a great quarterback was Drew Brees, and when Drew Brees was suspended, you saw what he did. Okay, I mean not Drew Brees. Sean Payton was suspended. You saw what he was capable. The man is you don't sit under Sean Payton since 2006 and forget how to coach. It's not him. It's players, available players. We're talking about the running game. We're talking about the passing game. The Saints were injured last year. And to come into your first year and not have a quarterback, the quarterback is supposed to be the stability part. We didn't have the stability part.
Now
tell me,
we got everything, Chief. We got the tight ends.
Yeah, Andy Dalton did pretty well. He did pretty well for a backup. Yeah. But that's not good enough.
Yeah, but
what I just said.
I'm gonna say this, Brian, about Pete Carmichael, because I felt kind of the same way you felt with him.
There was no motions. There was no EJ. Before you do this, but do you do the run? Do you understand, EJ? There was no motions last year. There was no screen passes.
Oh yeah.
There was no. How many? Go look in the OTAs. What they doing? Go look what Pete Carmichael is doing in the OTAs. They're throwing to Alvin Kamara out the backfield. They're doing motions to the tight end. They running two tight end sets. They
Oh yeah.
haven't done that in a long time, bro. I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah.
be quiet. Go ahead.
But look, my thing about Pete is this is it for him. You know, if he don't get it right this year, not just Pete, him
Is it for Dennis too?
and Dennis Allen, doggone, if they don't get this right and they don't get this team into the playoffs, at the worst, the playoffs, because
They're
Jalen
going
Hurts,
to the playoffs, EJ. Dennis Allen is not a bad coach. It's he inherent. Listen, and everybody's gonna get mad with me this. If you go back to the Raiders, you know look, listen, you know how you get excited, EJ? You
mhm,
got your first job, Bronze, you got your first job.
mhm,
You just take a
mhm.
job just to get a job. You ain't gonna get no other job, but you just gonna get a job. He should have did what Josh McDaniels did with the coach. He should have turned it down. The bottom line is he wasn't ready. When you took over the L. Davis Raiders, that when L. Davis died, they were terrible. Look at the roster of the Oakland Raiders back then.
Mm-hmm.
That tells it all. You
Yeah.
cannot blame Dennis Allen on that record. That record is over. It reminds me when George Seifert. Let me tell you something. He's a defensive minded guy like George Seifert with the 49ers. That dude gonna win a Super Bowl with the Saints. And y'all gonna be like, what the hell? I'm telling you, the schedule is so messed up when the Saints are gonna have no choice to be good. But let me be quiet, because y'all think I'm crazy.
Uh,
It's just that I don't know. It's just that there's so many weapons now because we got two good tight ends now, and we got still mixing with Taysom. We got almost like a triple threat with the running backs.
mhm.
Probably added weapons for the wide receivers and stuff. And everybody keeps saying like, "Well, do we need another edger?" But I think Isaiah gonna be that shining star because if you look at it, now he's like he got help. He really do have help since they drafted that. Everybody was like, "Oh, why we drafted that guy from Clemson?" But now you got him to man that middle up, and
Yeah.
everybody else. So now he got time, to go. He could do what he got to do.
Right. I'm excited at the fact that they started over with the defensive line. Quite honestly, I'm glad they
Mm.
didn't try to go ahead and get Davenport back and try to
Boy,
go
you are
ahead
so smart. I
and,
know that's why I know you smart.
and try to go ahead and fix it back up again. Like it was refreshing to see that the
Mm.
Saints said, we're not about to do this to ourselves. We got to get us some fresh meat, some guys that we know are going to come after, the quarterback. Let's think about it. When we go to the and when we make it to the playoffs, and I'm saying, yeah, we're going to the playoffs, and we face teams like the Eagles, and you got a quarterback like Jalen Hurts who can come out the pocket. You want a young guy. You want a young guy that can come after Jalen. Isaiah
EJ,
Foskey got the legs to do it. Doggone Brian Breesy got the legs to do it. Cam Jordan is getting older, okay, but he still
Mm.
but
still
EJ,
is good enough to go ahead and do what he do.
Yep.
respectively, the Eagles not going to the playoffs this year. And I know you're gonna say, "Oh, the draft, oh, this, the weapons." It's
That's a
going to
bold
be.
statement.
Listen, I'm
That's
going
a
to
bold
call this.
statement.
No, listen, and I want y'all to understand this. Every year, there's a different crown winner. Every
Mm-hmm.
year, the team that goes to the Super Bowl and the team that's the runner up end up not being the guys that we think. Okay, I'm telling you, the schedule. The Eagles play Kansas City. They have the hardest schedule in the NFL. Go look at their schedule, my brother. And I'm gonna tell you this. What y'all not even evaluating is the fact that the Eagles don't look at the draft picks. They don't. It doesn't mean that they are going to coincide in the NFL. A lot of these guys become busts in the NFL. NFL is totally different than college. Okay, it's become system. Football is about system, and I'm telling you that this Philadelphia Eagles, Gotta keep. In order for them to be great, it has to be Jalen Hurts. They have lost most, or they lost Chauncey Gardner Johnson. They have lost offensive tackle. I can't even name his name. They lost multiple players on the offense.
And the
I'm
coach.
telling you, this team, running back wise, they even got rid of their running back. This team is not going to be the same. You got to build. I remember the Washington Redskins when they had Daniel Stubblefield and all this. On paper, they look good. They had Winfield and all that. When it gets down to it, y'all, I'm telling you, they're going to be a team that's going to be out the playoffs. It's going to be the 49ers who we got to worry about. I'm telling you, this is the softest division we have ever played in our history. The Saints are probably going to be either number 2 or number 3 seed. Y'all think I'm crazy? It's so bad, EJ. We have never played. Go look at the quarterbacks in the NFC South. They're rookies. Go look at Baker Mayfield. Go look at I'm letting y'all know. Look at the Tennessee Titans. When we play the Tennessee Titans, they don't even know what quarterback gonna be their quarterback. Look at the quarterback. Look at the quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. Look at the quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. They're all like second, first year players. Y'all go down the line. You got Justin Fields. Are y'all really confident? Loves. The dude Love from replacing Aaron Rodgers. The pressure that he has to have. Anthony Richardson is going to quarterback for the Colts. The Saints are playing. Bro,
First and second year quarterbacks.
3 losses. Saints got 3 losses this year.
Look. You heard what I said when I first initially said
3 fucking losses.
I said 12-5. So that's what I'm looking at.
Well, what 5 teams gonna beat the Saints on that schedule? Show me right now.
Huh?
What 5 teams gonna beat the Saints on that schedule?
You don't think 5
I'm
teams?
just being real, son.
I'm a name it right now.
We won 7 games last year.
I'm a name it right now.
Without a quarterback.
All right.
We won 7. We're 7-10. The Saints should have been in the playoffs last year.
I'm a name it.
If they would have had a healthy Jameis Winston, they would have made the playoffs.
I'm gonna name it right now. All right. Number 1 loss. We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose to the Carolina Panthers. We're gonna lose 1 game to the Carolina Panthers.
No.
We're gonna
split the Panthers. The Panthers not ready.
We're gonna split with the Panthers. We're gonna lose to the Jaguars.
Nah.
Yeah. Mike, where that game at? In the Dome?
Huh?
Where that game at?
That's here.
That game.
Road game.
That's a road game.
No, the Saints proved that they beat Green Bay in that stadium. They don't even have a home field in Jacksonville. The Saints fans go in there and we're gonna dominate. We're gonna beat them. Go ahead.
Actually, that is a home game. That's a home game.
Saints won that game. There ain't no way in the world.
You want to know why? You want to know why we lost?
Nowhere in the world Lawrence beat the Saints in the Dome.
Yeah, okay. I'm just saying that's a Thursday night football game. I'm just telling you.
I don't care.
Okay.
Next one.
That's 2 losses. All right. Number 3.
Hold up,
They did a scheme for that game. Because
hold up, Brian's got something to say.
But EJ, hold up. But last year we lost both our Thursday night games. So I don't see them losing this game to the Jags that Thursday night, bro.
I just think I get what you're saying on that. I just think the Jaguars, we sleeping on them. They are upcoming.
No, I'm not. If this was at home, I probably would have gave you the edge. This is in the Dome, bro. And I think the Saints are going to be wild this year. Go ahead with these teams going to make the Saints look good. All right, go ahead. Go with the next time.
All right, my next loss is the Chicago Bears.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
All right, look.
Hell no.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Hell no.
All right. Next one.
We losing to the Titans before we lose to the Bears.
The next one. That's 3, right? So the next one is the Vikings.
Yeah.
I hate the Vikings, man. I hate
They
the
gonna get a
Vikings.
I'm
revenge
cool with
game
that. I'm
after
cool
we.
with that. But it's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a
And the
close game.
last one is the Giants.
No, not this time. We got the Giants shouldn't have beat us that one time. Do you realize the Saints since Drew Brees, the Saints are actually 5-1 against the goddamn against the New York Giants.
Giants.
I'm
That's
just saying, look,
and that's even without Drew Brees.
the
Listen,
Giants look better, man. They look
nah.
good.
They're gonna have the Giants gonna be in last place this year. That was a fluke year. Teams get caught up on that shit.
Ooh, as a fluke.
Washington Redskins is winning. The Washington Potato Skins are going to win that division.
Oh, if Dallas don't play up the
You
expectation,
said the
Dallas
Washington.
not winning.
You said wait. The Washington Commanders are winning the NFC East.
They're gonna win it, and they're gonna win it with a guy that I never thought it was gonna win it with. That
Nah.
quarterback,
You can pump the
the
brakes
quarterback
right
that
there.
played for North
The
Carolina.
the only teams that are in the running for that division is the Cowgirls, the Eagles, and the
Cowgirls gonna
doggone
mess it
Giants.
up like they always do in December. Let me tell you something, son. I'm telling you, right here on this panel, that guy that they picked, that quarterback, they know something that we don't know for North Carolina. I can't think of the kid's name. That young man is going
Sam
to
Howell.
yeah, how? That young man is going to prove something. And don't think about it. Look who they got as the offensive coordinator, EJ. And look at they're going to pick up. Y'all gonna be shocked. They're gonna pick up Dalvin Cook. They're getting Dalvin Cook.
I
Wait,
wouldn't be surprised if they
who
get
you
D Hop
said get
too.
Dalvin Cook?
The Washington Potato Skins.
They are not getting no Dalvin. Dalvin Cook is going to the Dolphins. And we all know it. We all
No, they're
know it.
not. No, they're not. No, they're
He's
not.
going to the
It's
Dolphins.
either
They're at Buffalo. They're at Buffalo.
no. They said it's either the Potato Skins, and it's either the Patriots, and it's they never mentioned the Miami Dolphins because the Miami Dolphins is too stacked,
I can see the
and
Patriots because you give Mac Jones a running back.
they're gonna be able to lure the DeAndre Hopkins because they're trying to do a 2 package deal. I'm watching the
Because
Redskins.
Dalvin Cook did say he want to get D Hop
He
to a
won
team
one
where he
with.
want to win.
I'm telling you,
Man, I'm
the
telling you right now.
Washington Potato Skins, Commanders.
I don't know about that one. I have to see that.
I gotta go Patriots if
And
they
I'm
get
telling
Dalvin
you,
Cook.
that division is going to be bad, and we're going to be good this time. And I'm telling you, Carolina's going to go in third place. Atlanta in the Saints. It's going to be the Saints win the division. Atlanta's going to go to the playoffs.
And they forget
For
that,
what?
it's only been like since they had the NFC South started, it's only been like maybe 2 bad seasons that division had because that division was always like
Flip
more
flop.
NFC.
Atlanta and the Saints in Atlanta are going to win that division. The Tampa Bay is going to be in third. And I'm sorry, I don't believe in Carolina. That rookie quarterback is going to take rookie hits. And I tell you something, he's very small. He's not big like Drew Brees. He's small.
He's Kyler Murray.
5'10", 203 pounds.
Yeah, he Kyler Murray.
No, 204.
Yep.
Kyler Murray's 5'10", 207 pounds.
People think I'm talking bad about the black quarterback, Bryans. It's not about that, bro. It's facts over feeling on the field.
Facts. I said, because this year, you plug in that number 1 pick franchise quarterback, your future franchise quarterback, he ain't going to be ready. Did you not see how Pickett
How
did
you going to
last year?
stop Taysom Hill? How you going to stop? I want you guys to recognize this shit. The Saints running game, once they get Alvin off his suspension, you got the number 1 touchdown running back in the NFL. The Saints picked him up from the Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm.
William,
Yep.
you
In the
went and got
Baltimore.
you went and got the number one scoring touchdown running back in the NFL in college, Kendra Miller,
TCU. Yep.
16 touchdowns.
And they just let Thompson go
The
last
Saints
week.
are running the fucking football.
Literally. I see 50 plus rushes per game, 30 plus pass attempts.
Yep.
The run the freaking ball, play defense. You got Jamal, Jay Will, Eno Benjamin, Taysom Hill, Kendra. That is 5 whole backs
Yep.
right there.
So don't forget the big tight ends, dude.
You
Oh,
got
tight
two good.
ends,
You got two good, damn good tight ends.
JJ and Moreau. JJ and
And to
Moreau,
be
our best
honest with
one.
you, don't sleep on Lucas Crow.
Ooh.
Don't sleep on the skull.
We say that every
Don't
single year.
sleep on the fucking skull.
We say every single year. He have yet to make this doggone roster. I need to see him make the roster.
What are
He
you
is
talking
on the
about? He made
roster.
the roster last year.
What?
He made the roster last year.
He didn't do nothing.
He was
That was the
He was a rookie.
he was a rookie
Come on
year.
now.
This second year, Crow's expect to get a bigger role.
He let Taysom Hill come up in there and take his receiving doggone
That's because of his role,
Taysom
he's that third
is not a
string
tight
Bennett
end.
role.
Taysom is the H back. Taysom is doing all kind of shit.
guess what? Taysom is expecting to get more reps at tight end.
No, at wide receiver. See,
Wide receiver.
this is why I got to. EJ, you a college student.
They broke that down. They said he's still gonna have his role and his overall snaps everywhere. It's just he's gonna work on wanting to get and work on receiver more this year. Because remember, 2019 season, Sean Payton was doing that.
Okay.
But that didn't too much. It just out of nowhere stopped.
Well, y'all
That's it.
boys, I'm the first round is about to end in this NBA draft, man. I enjoyed talking to y'all tonight, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to cut this live now and short tonight. We almost completed the whole first round. Quite honestly, I was gonna cut it off at 25, but we kept talking. And you know how the Saints get us, and the Saints get us all routed up and excited and everything, man. But like I said, man, the Pelicans, man, have drafted Jordan, Mr. Jordan out of UConn over there, man. I'm excited for the pick, man. I'm so glad that we got to have Bronze in the chat, man. I'm glad we got to have Mr. Nas in the chat as always. I appreciate y'all for coming in. The next lives that we plan on doing soon is training camp. Training camp is coming soon for the New Orleans Saints. I know we were just talking about the New Orleans Saints, and we getting excited about them because football season is back, man, baby. Doggone,
And you know what training camp means, EJ?
Hey, man.
Hands on.
Yeah.
Hands on.
Yeah, we get to see some hit now, man. So I'm getting excited about that, baby.
I just wish they let us play old school football. I just wish they
telling
let them play old school football. Throw up tackles. That'd be interesting football again.
I'm telling you,
Not
man.
this
Look,
watered down stuff
the
that we
main thing
watch.
is for us though, we don't want them to get hurt out there in the doggone in training camp. We just want to see them get some chemistry. Derek Carr get good chemistry with them receivers out there. These rookies that on the D line get comfortable out there and get acclimated and being in the NFL and everything. So we all gonna break that down. We're gonna break down training camp and we're gonna get excited for this 2023 season, man. The game day crew is about to get together again. We about to get it all started again, baby. So I know we've been quiet lately. We haven't been having so much news about everything in sports because this is the part of the off season where no sports has been going on. Sports kind of slow around this time, but we about to get back to it, baby, and get it started. So y'all stay tuned and get ready for it and everything. And like I said, baby, they're all going go Pels. They're all going. The Pels are decided to stick with Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram did what a lot of people didn't think that they were going to do. And we were sitting there going crazy for 2 weeks thinking they were going to trade, and they wound up not doing it. And they wound up getting their guy at number 14. You guys can also stay up, with updates and everything for the rest of their picks tonight. In the second round, who knows? They might get them another Herb Jones. They might wind up getting a Jokic or somebody, somebody that we don't know about. So don't forget about who they getting in the second round either and everything. So, but like I said, guys, thank y'all. I appreciate y'all for being in the chat, man. I love y'all. And we about to end this live, baby. Log on. Give me a who that, and we out, and a hoop that, and we out of here, baby.
Yeah.
Who
No.
that? Hoop that.
Who that?